Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know if you guys can hear me out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, also known as the Couch Scout Extraordinaire and Pastor Trenches, affectionately known as Low Tone Tony. What is happening, everybody? Okay, Zip, I appreciate it. Hey, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notification bells, select all. That way you'll be made aware each and every time that we are going live. I'll greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Let me, there we go. All right. Also make sure to share with your family and your friends. We are building real conversation over here as always. No fake hot takes, no media spin, just facts, film, and the context. All right. Make sure you also check the links in the YouTube description down below for exclusive content. Become a member of my Patreon as well. All the links to my social media there as well. You can follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also there's a link that will take you to Patreon. All right. Over in Patreon, we will have deeper football breakdowns, member discussions. That's where the exclusive content will be seen over there going forward. Well, that's how it's been from the beginning, to be honest. All right. And remember, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk is part of the Carolina Armchair GM Network. And as always, let's just do what we do and shake a little honey from the tree. All right. The training camp starts this week. And today we are finishing the defensive checklist. Carolina added an all-pro linebacker in Devin Lloyd. Jaycee Horn and Mike Jackson give the Panthers an established cornerback duo. Tre'von Moehrig and Nick Scott provide experience at safety, but every group still has something to prove. Today we are going to identify which unit carries the most pressure entering camp: linebacker, safety, or cornerback. All right, I'm going to drop the link in the chat, so if anybody wants to come up and enjoy, join the panel this morning and be a part of the discussion, the link is definitely now in the chat. All right. So real quick, Zip, what up, Zip? Thank you for tapping in, my guy. So I can hear you, Tony. That's great. Hey, you guys also give me feedback about the background music. I was asked to give that they thought that adding a little background music while I'm introducing first in the morning would be a good look. So y'all tell me how y'all like that beat on the scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the worst and 5 being the best. I'm just curious. All right, Carlos who said, good morning, Tony. Really, at Broski? Hey, Broski gonna do what Broski does, Carlos. Hey, I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you are subscribed to both channels. All right, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and Carolina Armchair GM CJ. Greatly appreciate it. Detail said, good morning. Our linebacker play been suspect for a minute. That is a fact. We're gonna get into a detail. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate that. Subscribe to both channels as well. Zip said, good morning, Tony. It's about to be a good show. Fact, Zip. Good morning to you, my guy. I appreciate it. Tim Butler said, good morning. Good morning, Tim. How you doing this morning? What's the temperature like where you guys at? It is a smooth 102 degrees Fahrenheit here in the UAE at 3:07 p.m. Yeah, it has officially been hell season since the end of May, really. Yeah. J Hud said he give it a 4. Okay, J Hud, I appreciate that. Just trying to experimenting with something new. Yeah. I appreciate that feedback, my guy. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to both channels. If you happen to be watching this live stream through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, greatly appreciate that. Just open up another tab, go to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, hit that like button, and subscribe there if you're not already subscribed. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to reach my goal of 100 subscribers. As of this morning, I was at 88. So I would like to hit 100 before the end of the week. So yeah, you guys make sure y'all help me reach that goal. I know people out there got burner YouTube accounts, so you ain't just got one. So just use those other ones and to subscribe as well. I greatly appreciate it. Tim Bullock says 75 and fair in Hickory. Okay, Tim. All right. Quante Lewis, what's good? He said top of the morning. Hey, top of the morning to you, my guy. Like I said, it's 3 p.m. here where I'm located. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button on your way in. I have dropped the link in the chat, so anybody that want to come on and join the panel this morning for the discussion. You know, this is the final checklist before camp begins. I thought I read somewhere where it said, I know the rookies are supposed to report today, the 21st, but then I read somewhere that the rookies and veterans would report tomorrow, the 22nd, and camp will begin Thursday, the 23rd. Y'all double check that for me. I thought I read that on Panthers.com website. But yeah, I'm just trying to double check, make sure that the rookies do report today. Okay. The rookies are supposed to report today and the veterans tomorrow. But the new reporting said everybody would report on the 22nd. Candy Girl with the hand wave. What's going on, Candy Girl? I appreciate you for being here as always every morning. Hit that like button on your way in. I don't know if you subscribe to my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. If not, please make sure you subscribe to that channel as well as Carolina Armchair GM CJ's channel. Tip Drill Will said, what it do, Tony? What's good, my brother? Hey, day 2 of my fast, my guy. I ain't cheat today neither. I got a 2-day hitting streak. I got a 2-day hitting streak, so I'm good. Good money today. What's going on, Will? Hey, make sure you're available for tomorrow, because you definitely going to like the show tomorrow. It was something that you said that you inspired. You know what you asked me about. So yeah, we're going to set it off tomorrow for sure. Gerald Sticks said, what happening this great morning? What's going on, Gerald Sticks? Salute to you, my guy. Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Which I know you probably already subscribed, but that's just in the flow of conversation. I just make sure I mention that to everybody to subscribe to both shows. Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, Carolina Armchair GM CJ. All right, I would greatly appreciate that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as I wait for somebody to hit the panel, let's start with the facts. Panther players are scheduled to report to training camp on July 22nd, with the first practice scheduled for July 23rd. That means the off-season conversation is almost over. All right. We have spent the past several shows discussing the offensive line, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and defensive front. Now we finished the checklist with 3 groups that connect the entire defense: the linebackers, safeties, cornerbacks. All right. Carolina added Devin Lloyd after he earned second team All-Pro and Pro Bowl honors in 2025. He recorded 81 tackles and 5 interceptions last season, including a 99-yard pick six that I forgot what game it was. But yeah, 99-yard interception return for a touchdown. The safety room is built around Tre'von Moehrig and Nick Scott, with Lathan Ransom developing into a starter caliber player after starting 6 games last season. At cornerback, Jaycee and Mike Jackson are established starters. Rookie Will Lee III gives the coaching staff another flexible option who can work outside of moving to the nickel. On paper, that sounds encouraging, right? But the defensive football is not played one position room at a time. The linebackers must fit the run correctly. The safeties must communicate rotations and route distributions. The cornerbacks must survive outside, tackle in space, and hold up when Evero pressures. If one group breaks down, the entire structure can fail. So today's show is not simply a roster preview. It is the final defensive stress test. Which unit is ready? Which unit still depends too heavily on projection? And which group carries the most pressure entering camp? All right. So let me just go ahead and just display what topic 1 is going to be about. Can Devin Lloyd stabilize the linebacker room? Y'all have heard me mention on not only my channel or CJ's channel, but also other Panthers content creators channel. For me, I believe that the linebacker room on the defense side of the ball, the linebacker room is probably the weakest when it comes to overall. Like outside of Devin Lloyd, what do we really have? I guess you can say Trevin Wallace is a seasoned vet by now, but I think the biggest question mark for him is staying healthy. How healthy is that shoulder? Is he completely healthy going into training camp? Is he going to start training camp off with a red non-contact jersey like he did in OTAs? All right. Claude Chirelis, same thing. He's a scud missile when he's playing, but his play style leads to injuries. Hence to maybe why he hasn't been able to stay healthy since he's been in the league. He also entered OTAs with a red non-contact jersey. Is he going to be ready for training camp? So there's a lot of questions at that position that me personally, I don't think they addressed completely this offseason. Yes, Devin Lloyd was a big signing, a major signing, something that we desperately need, but I don't think we should have stopped there. I emphasized and said plenty of times I felt like Carolina should have taken a linebacker in the second round instead of a defensive tackle. There was still plenty available linebackers available in the draft that could have came in and potentially start or at least provided more depth in the linebacker room over what we have currently. That wasn't addressed until the 6th, 7th round when we selected Jackson Kuwach out of Miami of Ohio. Big frame, 6'5", 235. Still got room to get a little bigger, add some more muscle mass to him, but he is a project. Let's not get it twisted. A lot of people already want to pencil him in as a making the 53-man roster. He could, what I'm saying? But I truly believe that he's going to start out first on special teams. I think there's some development that needs to happen in order for him to get efficient playing time with the linebackers. But at the same time, the possibility is there due to the lack of depth and due to injury concerns that we have at the the number 2 and number 3 linebacker spot. Behind Claude Shirellis, you have Bam Martin Scott. Then you have Mahmoud Joe. I forgot how I said his name. I looked up the correct pronunciation. But the linebacker out of Wisconsin, that has been a pretty much a stalwart on the special teams. So, like I said, outside of Devin Lloyd and Trevor Wallace, there's a lot to be desired. There's not no considerable depth that you can just hang your hat on or count on. If Devin or Trevor have to come out the game, for a breather, for a series, can you get away with your 2 deep, whoever the 2 deep is at linebacker? Can they supplant them and give them a breather? I don't know. I hope that Carolina is able to figure something out before week 1 of the regular season. This season is paramount for us in all ways. A lot of things are riding on this season. Whether you want to talk about Bryce Young contract extension, whether you want to talk about Dave Canales giving up the play calling, if you want to talk about Brad Isaac calling plays for the first time in the regular season, there's a lot of unknowns. Who's going to be the starting center? Who's going to potentially be the starting left tackle? There's a log jam at wide receiver when you talk about wide receiver 3 and 4. I think there's a log jam there. So again, there's a lot of unknowns that need to be worked out in camp. This is the perfect time of the year to really see what you got. You don't know what you got until you put them pads on and they start popping. All right, we gotta put the pads on and stop popping before we can really get a clear picture of what we have and what we don't have. So a lot of speculation, a lot of speculating is going to be ended in the next few weeks, and we're going to really be able to see potentially who can make the 53-man roster, what positions needed to be upgraded even more as the other 31 teams in the league make cuts throughout training camp. What position do we fall on the waiver wire? We know we made the playoffs last year, so I'm pretty sure we're outside of the top 15, maybe somewhere around there. We're probably somewhere between 14 and 16, so we don't have the number 1 spot like we did last year. So they know we get first dibs. So we have to think about that as well. So I'm pretty sure Dave and Dan and Brent Tillis are going to do what needs to be done for the Panthers before we enter week 1. There's still some veterans out there, linebackers, that I would love for us to bring in and possibly give a roster spot to, that I feel that can play right alongside Devin Lloyd. Get that veteran leadership, guys that I know can stay healthy. So, but it depends. What's the price tag? What's the price tag to bring in said veteran? Do you feel like that's worth bringing in over your second or third year player in Tre'von Wallace and the backups that's behind them? I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's well worth it, especially when you want to get back to where you were last year. You don't want no fall off. You need to solidify these positions going forward, because this season, this schedule is like none we've had in over 10 years. So we need to be able to we need to match bullet for bullet. We need to be able to match strength to strength. So yeah, those are all things that I'm thinking about that's going through my head when camp breaks, or when camp starts on Thursday. And that's what I'm thinking about. So let's see. As Nami said, good morning, Panthers Nation. Is training camp starting today for the rookies? That's what was initially on the table. Then I believe I read where that the veterans and and rookies were reporting tomorrow. I don't know for 100% if that is true, if that has changed. But yeah, if anybody will look into that, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, good morning, Nesnami. Appreciate you for being here, tapping in. Hit that like button for me. We'll say, heck yeah, I will be available. I will. I am counting on you. Cool C said, what up? What's up, Cool C? Thank you for tapping in, my guy. Hit that like button for me. DT said we have players that are backups on other teams beside Lloyd. But what you mean by that, DT? We have players that are backups. Oh, never mind. I know what you're saying. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. As Nami said, Wallace won't start the season as a starter. That's my hot take. Okay, well, I hope that's not true, Nesnami. I hope that's not true. Based off our current linebacker room, I hope he does start. I hope he is healthy for the sake of the defense, for the sake of the team. So I'm definitely not going to wish that upon him. Definitely. Gerald Stick said, you talking about Bobby Wagner, Tony? Yes, I'm talking about Bobby Wagner is out there. I think Bobby Okereke is still out there. Some people, how they feel, I don't know, but Shaq Thompson is still out there. I don't. Hey, look, I'm not against Shaq Thompson for a 1-year rental. I'm not against Shaq Thompson being a 1-year rental or a bridge linebacker till we can get better. Till we get better at the position. So yeah, there's some linebackers out there that can be brought in. Shaq Thompson knows this defense. So yeah, I would kind of give a nod to Shaq because he's already been in this defense. He knows the system. He knows the area. So yeah, I will give a little nod to Shaq Thompson. DT said linebackers. Okay. Cheryl said Shaq had a decent season last year in Buffalo. He did have a decent season in Buffalo last year. I saw little glimpses of Shaq when he came in as a rookie, playing the off-ball linebacker position, coverage skills on running backs and tight ends out the backfield, wrapping up when he's tackling. That's been one of my biggest knocks about Shaq. He always wanted to go for the big hit instead of just securing the tackle. I saw him do a little bit more of that last year. So, yeah, I would welcome that. If he could bring that same level of football play that he displayed in Buffalo last year and bring it back to Carolina for one more year, absolutely. I'm all in for it. This Nami said, brother, if we lucked out and got Bobby Wagner along Devin Lloyd, dear Lord, our linebacker group will be insane. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. There's nothing wrong with having an insane linebacker room, especially your two starters. We need that. Ain't no want. We need that. Dino Bravo said, what it do, Tony in chat? What's good with it, man? What's going on, Dino, aka Circle? I ain't gonna start with you today, Dino. I come in peace. My hands are up. I'm waving the white flag today. I don't have time for that energy today, so don't start. All right, but salute to Dino Bravo, aka Circle. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk if you're not already subscribed, Dino. I don't know if you're going through my channel or Carolina Armchair GMCJ, but yeah, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Will Robinson said we need to bring Shaq home. Hey, full disclosure, I was for Shaq leaving when he left because I just didn't feel like he was playing up to his potential. I really didn't. So I was happy when he left or decided to leave. Yes, I was for it. But like I said, what I saw of him in Buffalo last year looked like a resurgent Shaq Thompson. Gave me vibes of the old Shaq Thompson. So that's what I wanted to see from the beginning. So if he can come back with that same level of intensity, play style, aggression, I welcome that. Yes, ain't no doubt about it. I definitely welcome that. Say, yes, sir. Here we go, my boy. Salute. Already. Detail said Shaq played for $1.2 million last year. Bring him home for a retirement contract. Hey, facts, Detail. And that's another thing. I don't think he's going to command anything to break the bank. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to break the bank whatsoever. So I would love to see him come back to Charlotte. Whether it's for 1.2 mil, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 million. I think he's worth that. I think he's worth that at this point in time in his career. We know he's on his last leg, if you will. The downside of his playing time in the league, and he may want to come home and play his last year or two in Carolina before he rides off into sunset. I don't know. I hope so. I just want that same level of intensity, aggression, play style that he displayed last year in Buffalo. That's what I want. If he can do that, if he can bring that back to us, I'm all for it. Zip with the laughing emojis. Circle said locked in on both channels already. I appreciate that, my guy. Will said, but if we bring in Bobby W, what does that do to Wallace's development? He can develop from behind. He could learn from two veterans. One is arguably a Hall of Famer in Bobby Wagner. One is All-Pro and Devin Lloyd. He can sit back and take time, one, to heal, get better, as far as health wise, and be a sponge. Learn what you can from those guys. Learn as much as you can from those guys. He never really got the opportunity to sit behind some real veterans like that, of that caliber, and learn the nature of the game. I think, of course, he talked to Thomas Davis when he was a rookie. May have even talked to Luke Kuechly. I don't know. But as much as those guys hang around the facility at practice and stuff, especially during training camp, I'm pretty sure they dropped some type, some nuggets on him here and there. But it's nothing like being available to a guy every day in practice, even on Sundays. I think those things are invaluable, and you can't really put a price tag on that amount of information, that amount of learning from two savvy veterans. So, hey, if we can do that, if Bobby W is available and willing to come and play in Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, he played in LA when Evero was the defensive backs coach. So hopefully there's a relationship established there, and maybe Evero can, persuade him to come to Carolina. I don't know. I hope it works out that way. All I know is that we need something besides what we have in Devin Lloyd in the linebacker room to help us get back to where we were last year. And that's NFC South champions and hosting a playoff game. I think everybody can agree on that, right? So Reality Beats said, good morning. Good morning, Reality Beats. Appreciate you for being here, my guy. Thank you for tapping in. SC Panther Boy said, what's up, Low Tone? Hey, what's up, SC? Thank you for tapping in too, my guy. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Still Maddox Hunter said, them Panthers versus the AFC North, and Ryan Clark gets fired by ESPN. I saw that. Is that true? Did he get fired by ESPN mid-show? That's nasty work if that happened. I don't know. I don't know if that happened like that. But yeah, I haven't looked it up, researched it and find out if that was true or not. But if it is, that's nasty work. Trevor needs Gerald Sticks said Trevor needs that shoulder to fully recover. Primarily, if he starts camp in the red jersey, we need to go find a secure replacement. Facts, Gerald. SC Panther boy say, "Yep." Still mad. Say it would be great if Alex Highsmith came back home to Charlotte. Yeah, but Alex Highsmith played that outside edge position. I mean, we don't need any help at the outside edge rusher position. He doesn't play stand up inside linebacker. So as much as I like Alex Highsmith, shout out to Charlotte UNCC alumni Alex Highsmith. But yeah, it would be nice if we needed him on the edge. Right now, we don't need him on the edge. All right, Earl Lockley said, "What's good, Tony? What's good, Earl? Thank you for tapping in, my guy." Reality B said, "Let's face it, Shaq will get hurt again here. It's wasted money and time." Well, I ain't gonna say that, Reality. I'm not gonna say he'll get hurt again here. Did he get hurt last year in Buffalo? I don't think so. If he did, let me know. I don't remember him getting hurt or missing significant time in Buffalo last year. All right. Still Maddox said, "Yes, sir." Broski said, "Why would you want to bring back Shaq Thompson? He's 32 years old and he missed his last 2 seasons as a Panther. He only started 6 games last season in Buffalo. He's beyond washed up." Okay. I didn't know exactly how many games he started last year. I didn't know. I just know when I saw him on the field, he was producing. And that's what I do know. When I saw him on the field, he gave me vibes of Shaq Thompson, his first 3 years. So Shaq was a bum. Yeah, bro, Scott, I can't agree with you on that. I think Shaq brought a lot to this linebacker room in his time here. Did he fall off a little bit? Absolutely. I do believe that. That's why I was one of the ones that wanted him gone when he left. Said that before and I say it again. He was declining. His game was declining. But what I saw last year, I will welcome that. Regardless if he started 6 games or 16 games, I will welcome that. Just I was talking yesterday about supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. If you have a supply of something that I'm in demand of, it would behoove me to take a look at what you're supplying, right? So what you have to go off of when it comes to Shaq Thompson is what was he able to supply to Buffalo in the games that he played, in the 6 games that he started. Like I said, I don't know exactly how many he started or whatever. But if I'm in demand of something and I see a player that has a supply that I feel like is beneficial to me, then I might have to marry that supply and demand together, right? I just might have to do that. There's nothing wrong with going out and get a player that was here before. If he's able to produce like he produced last year, cool. He had an Achilles injury in week 4. Okay. I didn't know about that. Shaq had an Achilles injury in week 4. All right. Blue Dash definitely needs some of those newcomers to step up as well this season. That's fact. That's a fact. Blackout TV 803 says Shaq been washed. What a role master. Hit that like button for me, man. I greatly appreciate it. Details says stop it. He wasn't. All right, Detail. And Reality B says Shaq had, just saw that. Yeah, y'all gonna make me go back. Now I got to go back and really look at some things, because I didn't know he had an Achilles injury in week 4, and I didn't know that he only started 6 games. So yeah. Will Robinson said Shaq played every game last season. We need a serviceable spot starter. Okay, so he did play in every game. He only started in 6. Okay, so he was available for all 17 games. Yeah, I didn't think. Again, I don't follow the Bills like that. So yeah, I don't know anything about his Achilles injury reality. Broshi said, "What up, Roadmaster? Driver, what it do? What it do, my guy? What's happening with you?" Hey, I'm going to drop the link again in the comments for anybody that wants to join the panel so we can get started this morning. We are almost 40 minutes in, man. Somebody hit the link and come be a part of the show this morning. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Blackout said, "What's happening, broski?" Yeah, Shaq only played in 12 games and started in 6 games. Will is incorrect. Okay. Broski said, "Who is the bum on the Bears?" Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave that conversation alone. That's between Broski and Will right there. That's between Broski and Will. But yeah, today's topic is the final checklist, y'all. We're gonna talk about the linebackers, the cornerbacks, and the safeties today. The linebackers, the cornerbacks, and the safety. Hit the link. Come join me on the panel. Let's have a good discussion, a good debate, and let's break down these final 3 positions heading into camp. Yeah. Also, you guys ain't gonna want to miss tomorrow's show. I ain't gonna tell you what it's about, but it's a good one. The idea came from Will Robinson, and I've been working on it for a couple days. So yeah, I think the show it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Gerald Stick says allegedly ESPN has some more firings about to go down. Okay. All right. I to fire him on mid-air. That's what's crazy to me, because I know he was on NFL Live last night, and there was no mention of that, which I don't know why they why they would. But yeah, I'm looking for it right now. So yeah, I don't know if this is true. But yeah, I'm gonna look more into it. They said it happened while he was on NFL Live. Damn. Say he was talking, they hit a commercial break, came back, and he was gone. What could he have said to trigger that? What happened? Do anybody know what happened specifically? What could possibly have led to his firing? Because from what I watched last night, watching NFL Live, there's nothing I could think of that happened that would lead to his firing. Yeah. Said Manuel Acho is talked about it last night. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to see that. Yeah, I don't see anything credible as of yet. I just seen people that post on Twitter every day, all day, but nobody I would deem credible. I don't see anything. Usually Ryan Clark will come out with a statement if something like that happened. Yeah, I don't see anybody that I follow and look at as okay. Yep. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look more into this. That's crazy if that happened. There's a lot of people talking about it, I can tell you that. Oh well, I ran across the one. Yahoo Sports says ESPN part ways with Ryan Clark. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, Reality B said, my bad, Google was tripping, no injuries. Oh, you talking about Shaq Thompson? Okay. Oh, Lee Broski and Rob and Will to handle they situation. ESPN find people left and right, ain't it? Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just talking about the mid show. That's what's crazy work to me. Firing the man mid show is what's crazy. Good morning, Poppin'. What's good with you? Hey, hit the link, man. Come up here and holler at your boy, man. Let's get today's show rolling. 45 minutes in, nobody has hit the link. Roadmaster handing out pink slips like Oprah giveaway. Oh man. He said, I think he went against the script and labeled the Cowboys as Super Bowl contenders. That's the reason to get fired? That's like ESPN is like has built their show audience talking about the Cowboys. Like, seems like every damn day they find a way to fit the Cowboys or Jerry Jones or Dak Prescott into the conversation because they know they bring ratings. So to be fired because he labeled the Cowboys as Super Bowl contenders, yeah, that would be nasty work if that's what happened. So did they go to the commercial just to tell him he fired? Yeah, I don't know, Roadmaster. That's what I'm reading on Twix. Ryan Clark and the Pivot have a great following. I wish him the best. They do have a great following. Technically, he really don't need ESPN. Pretty sure he can do better. Pretty sure he can do better. So the first topic, like I said, that's on the screen: can Devin Lloyd stabilize the linebacker room? I guess eventually somebody will hit the panel. Okay. So the facts first. Carolina's notable inside linebacker group includes Devin Lloyd, Trevin Wallace, Claude Shirellis, Van Martin Scott, Muma Jometa. That's his name. It's spelled M-A-E-M-A. But when I looked it up, it's pronounced Muma Jometa, and Jackson Kuwach. Lloyd joined Carolina after earning second team All-Pro and Pro Bowl honors in 2025. He recorded 81 tackles, 5 interceptions, 199-yard interception return for a touchdown. Carolina's official preview identifies Lloyd as the likely communicator in the middle of the defense and frames his presence as an opportunity to free Wallace to play faster. Shirellis provided dependable depth when called upon last season. Rookie Jackson Kuwach recorded 109 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks during his final college season at Miami of Ohio. All right. So put it in context for you. Inside linebacker is one of the easiest positions to criticize and one of the hardest to evaluate without understanding the full defensive call. A linebacker can appear late because the defensive line lost leverage. He can appear out of position because the safety rotation change his responsibility. He can make the correct read but still miss the tackle. He can also make a lot of tackles 6 yards downfield and still fail to control the game. Carolina needs more than raw tackle from Devin Lloyd. The Panthers need him to connect the front to the secondary. He must communicate the front. He must recognize motion. He must identify route combinations. He must fit the run correctly. He also must carry backs and tight ends in coverage. And he must help Wallace play faster instead of thinking through every responsibility after the snap. And that would be my biggest thing on Devin Lloyd, putting that responsibility on him, which he is used to. Don't get me wrong, he is used to it. And it frees up Tre'von Wallace to play with his instincts instead of thinking too much, which can slow you down as a player. When you have to go out there and think about what you're going to do instead of just doing it, it makes a difference, whether it's a half second or a second. So if he can just play freely and again stay healthy, because that is key. He has to be healthy in order to play freely. I believe that can be that would be beneficial for Tre'von Wallace heading into this season, if Devin Lloyd can help bring all of that out of him. All right. So the debate question, I'm going to present this to the chat. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Can Devin Lloyd stabilize Carolina linebacker room immediately, or is the unit still too dependent on Tre'von Wallace taking a major step forward? Can Devin Lloyd stabilize Carolina linebacker room immediately, or is the unit still too dependent on Tre'von Wallace taking a major step forward? Y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think. All right. So you can look at it two ways. All right. You can make an argument that he changes the unit. You can say he brings proven production. Lloyd is not arriving as a project. He earned league recognition after a productive 2025 season. He adds coverage value. He can handle communication duties. His presence can and should simplify Wallace's job. And he gives Evero more flexibility. A linebacker who can cover blitz and play the run allows Evero to disguise pressure without automatically sacrificing coverage. I think that is huge. As far as his presence simplifying Wallace's job, like I mentioned just a second ago, Wallace can play faster if Devin Lloyd handles more of the communication and diagnostic burden. Diagnostic of run plays or pass plays, formations, the things that we grew accustomed to Luke Kuechly doing. Luke Kuechly did it at a high volume for his 7-8 years in the league. So we definitely hope that he can provide such things for the Panthers. So you can also make the argument that questions remain. You can say one linebacker cannot correct every fit. Wallace, he does remains important. The depth has not been fully tested. You heard me mention the lack of depth that I feel like that's behind those two linebackers. Communication requires chemistry. Knowing the call is not the same as communicating it quickly. For other, because you need the 10 other defenders to execute it. You got to be quick enough for those guys to execute it. New systems can slow experienced players. A lot of times, no matter how much experience a player has, if he's never played in a particular scheme, even though some of the verbiage sounds familiar, or you may be used to certain things, but you're not used to playing. You're not used to the full call sheet and the verbiage of this defense, right? Because this will be his first year, so he still has to learn Evero's terminology, the checks, the pressure rules, and the coverage adjustments, right? He has to learn all of that. So that's two ways you can look at it. You can say the questions remain, or you can say that Lloyd changes the unit. Y'all let me know in the chat again. Let's see. Blackout said 99-yard pick six from a linebacker special. Facts. I agree with you. Turn 252 says Tre'von Wallace is role player. We need another vet linebacker next to Lloyd, or draft one. Well, hell, the draft is over, Eternal. We should have did that. But right now, I do agree with you. A vet is needed. Let me bring my boy Nick Tri-State to the stage.
Yo,
Nick, what's happening with you, killer?
good morning. Good morning.
Man.
Just here at my job, clocked in, waiting for my manager to let me know what my route is. So I seen you were live. I'm like, let me chop it up with Tone for 5-10 minutes.
I appreciate it, my guy. I appreciate it. So
How you doing? Yes, sir.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, as always, another day above dirt. So I
Hey,
thank
it's a blessing.
the
Thank the
Lord for
Lord.
that. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Amen.
sir. Yes,
Amen.
sir.
How you feeling today, man? How's the weather where
Good.
you are?
Muggy. It looks like it's about to start pouring where I'm at. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
All
we
right.
rapping about
So
today, Tone?
listen.
What's the topic? Yes, sir.
So this is the final checklist for my 12-part series. So today is talking about the linebackers, the cornerbacks, and the safeties.
Okay.
So the first topic is talking about the linebackers, and I'll read you the debate question one more time.
Yep.
It says, can Devin Lloyd stabilize Carolina's linebacker room immediately, or is the unit still too dependent on Tre'von Wallace taking a major step forward? What say you?
I think Devin Lloyd could absolutely stabilize the linebacker room. And I think on top of that, I think Trevin Wallace will benefit from, having a mentor like Devin Lloyd alongside him, telling him, like, you're a young player in the league. You might have not been ready
Yeah.
right away. But, stay under my wing. I'm going to teach you some stuff. You know what I mean? Teach you how to read coverages, teach you how to read gap blitzing and knowing how to anticipate when you could shoot the gap and things of that nature. Because, I think we could both agree, Tone, Trevin Wallace is a little hyper aggressive. Like, he's too aggressive, Like, my dad used to always tell me growing up playing sports, let the game come to you. Don't go chasing. Let it come to you. You know what I mean? I think that was Trev's problem. He was
Right.
too hyper aggressive trying to make plays, and that's what ended up, cooking him sometimes.
Okay. All right. So do you feel that Devin Lloyd brings proven production?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I for sure, for sure. I mean, ESPN just ranked him as the 10th best off-ball linebacker in the league, which was highly disrespectful. He was arguably the best linebacker in football last year. Fred Warner was hurt. I mean, Jack Campbell had a good year, but I think Devin Lloyd, 5 interceptions and an All-Pro
Right.
selection, breakout season. I think he's absolutely going to provide some stability for this linebacker room, which we desperately, desperately needed.
Yeah. That's facts. Okay. What's the most important job Devin Lloyd must handle in his first season with Carolina?
I think just quarterbacking in the defense, making sure guys are in the, understanding what they got to do, understanding, for example, like Trev, like telling him, if there's running back leak out, that's your responsibility.
Yeah,
Think just little things, the little things. As we know, Tony, the little things in life matter sometimes. A lot, actually, not just sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah,
That yeah, ain't no doubt. Ain't no. Hey, there's no lies detected. Let me say that.
yeah,
So I just
yeah.
posted a poll for the chat. What is Devin Lloyd's most important job? You can put 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, and the poll will tabulate your response. I'll leave it up uh, for now while we're having this discussion. Again, what is Devin Lloyd's most important job? So I appreciate if everyone would participate in the poll. All right, just press 1, 2, put 1, 2, 3, 4 in the chat. Press enter, and the poll itself will tabulate your response. All right. So, Nick, let
Yes,
me
sir.
ask you a question.
Yep,
Um, I know my answer, but I want to hear what you have to say.
yep.
Is the linebacker depth strong enough behind the starters?
Ooh. Um. Nah, I'm not too confident in it, Tone. I'm not too confident in it.
So
Sherlis knows
no.
the system. I'm not too. I mean, Sherlis played well. Can he play well in spots? Sure, but if God forbid, we lose one of these guys for a multiple amount of weeks, I'll be worried. Not gonna lie, I'll be a little worried. But at the same time, I look at a glass half full. I saw Evero do not bad with Chairless and Roseboom at linebackers in that wild card game. So I'm gonna stay optimistic. I'm gonna stay optimistic.
Okay. So you're not going with yes or no.
Nah, I'm gonna say no. I'm leaning toward no. I'm not too confident in the
Okay.
linebacking depth behind our guys.
Okay. Hey, y'all let me know if y'all can't see the poll. It's through StreamYard, and I'm seeing it in YouTube as well. So it should show up for you, Roadmaster. I don't know if you're on your phone. If you are on your phone, I don't think it will pop up. But if you're on your laptop or desktop, it should pop up through StreamYard and on YouTube as well. So yeah. Make sure
Yep,
you guys
we
hit
out.
1, 2, 3, or 4.
No doubt. Hey Tone, I'm out, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Y'all hit the like and subscribe button, man. Share it too. Share the
All
lives.
right, Nick.
Yes,
I
sir.
greatly appreciate you, my guy. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, hit the 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat for the poll. I would greatly appreciate it. If anybody want to come up, let me know. I will drop the link again. Let me drop the link again. D-Cash said no. uh, oh, that's Roadmaster saying that it didn't show up for him. Okay. D-Cash said, I'm still kind of surprised we didn't take a top linebacker in the draft. You and me both, D-Cash. You and me both. Brokey said Lloyd's most important job is to play downhill and fill holes to stop the run. That would definitely be paramount. That would definitely be on the list. Uh Russell Leamy 7938 said we should trade Leggett and a fourth for all pro Jordan Brooks from Miami. Rumors are they are desperate for young receivers. Wallace is a good rotational depth piece. Great special teams. Okay. I thought Jordan Brooks was one of their starters. Didn't he start for Miami last year? He turned 252, said I'm signing Bobby Wagner or Bobby Okereke. Yep, they are still available. They are still out there. Okay, Romance said link pinned on my screen, but not the poll. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Let me put the poll back up there real quick. Oh, I stopped the poll. Oh, okay, my bad. I stopped the poll, y'all. Let's see. See if it shows. Okay, it's back up there. It's definitely back up there. Listen, we've been live for a little over an hour. If you are enjoying this the show this morning, the communicate, not the communication, the conversation, the debate, the energy and the vibe. If it's a good way for you to start your morning off, I greatly appreciate if you would show love to the channel. There's pinned comment in the YouTube that will take you directly to my PayPal, and there's also I just dropped the QR code on the top right of the screen. You can scan that QR code. My daily goal is $25. Again, not trying to pay rent or car note, just $25. So I greatly appreciate it. There's about 45 people watching right now. So if you would show love to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, the QR code is in the top right, and there's a pin link in the comment section on YouTube. All right. And if you do hit the PayPal, just let me know that you did in the chat so I can make sure to check it and shout you out. If you are watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, over there, you can show love through the super chats. I greatly appreciate that as well. Okay. We already said, Tony, did you see D Lloyd college tape? It's amazing. Yes. I've known about Devin Lloyd since his third year at Utah. Yeah. Yep. Definitely familiar with his college tape. Definitely familiar with it. All right. So I'm gonna leave the poll up there just for a couple more minutes. Okay. Feel like I need my music again. Yeah, there we go. Feel like too much dead air, dead space. Can't remember. Did I drop the link? I believe I did. I believe I dropped the link this morning. All right, Roadmaster, let me know if you can see the link now. I mean the poll. Let me know if you can see the poll. Okay, Gerald Sticks just hit it. All right. So what you guys let me know in the chat. How do you feel about the depth behind the starters, behind Devin Lloyd and Tre'von Wallace? How you guys feel about that? Let me know in the chat. Roadmaster, still no poll for me. Okay, are you watching from you? Are you looking at your phone, Roadmaster? So I don't know if it would show up on your phone. Roadmaster, I think we finally have depth. Okay, but is it good depth? You know, behind Tre'von Wallace and Devin Lloyd. I mean, there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of unknown production. There's a lot of unknown production. There's a lot of questions. You know, the third linebacker in that group, like I mentioned earlier, Claude Chirelis, you know, injury prone. Just like our number 2 linebacker, injury prone. So we had to take all that into consideration. So all depth is not good depth. All depth is not good depth. Okay, Roadmaster said, yeah, on the phone. Yeah, you probably won't see the poll if you're on your phone, Roadmaster. Sorry about that. He said, I think Kuwat's gonna be real good. Well, that remains to be seen. I hope your prediction pans out, but that definitely remains to be seen just how good he will be. And I believe he's gonna have a good opportunity to prove it in the preseason. Yeah. CJ, hit the link if you're not busy. Hit the link, come up here and chop it up with cuz. I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah. Last year we had a problem defending athletic tight ends and running backs out the backfield. We have emphasized the deficiencies that Rose Boom provided when it comes to coverage or lack thereof. Trevor Wallace was just maybe a little bit better than Rose Boom, but nothing to write home about. Our linebackers definitely got exposed in the passing game last year, especially in critical times. So how do you guys feel about this group now when it comes to defending athletic tight ends and running backs? What are the possibilities that you see that we will be able to do so this year? What makes you feel good about it? Broski says, Trevor Wallace even that good? He's okay. He's serviceable. Again, there's nothing I would write home about, to this horn or nothing like that. I just think he's serviceable. I think there's a lot more development that can be had, things that he can learn. He's definitely not. I don't think he has reached his ceiling. Let's say that. I think there's a lot more room in his development, but being hampered now with injuries, that's really going to hurt that development process. So, as I was saying before, I hope that he is more than healthy and ready to go by the time they put pads on the first time, which should be within the next week, right? So we're going to find out here real soon just how healthy he is, just how ready he is. Channel 252 said our depth is trash. We saw them play last year. That's fact. Like, there's not much that has changed in the linebacker room but Devin Lloyd and Jackson Kuwatch. That is facts, Eternal. I'm with you when you're right. Reality Beat said, I believe in Kuwatch. He runs through blockers and tackles really good. I mean, he did okay at the level that he was playing at Miami of Ohio. There was nothing that I saw on tape that I said that he just dominated competition. One thing, I think he plays a little too high. I ain't gonna say all the tackles, but a lot of tackles that I saw him make was stand-up chest tackles. Still, bend his knees, getting behind his pass, leading with his shoulder, putting his face mask in somebody's chest. I didn't see a lot of that. So, like I said, there's a lot of development that needs to happen for Jackson Kuwatch. But the way this linebacker room is set up, he very well may see some playing time due to injuries or potential injuries in that linebacker room. All right. Shout out to Red Swarm. Hey, appreciate you, my guy, for tapping in. He said teams will scheme plays away from Devin Lloyd, which will force the other linebacker to prove themselves. That's a fact. They will go after the weak link. Bradley said, I don't understand why we don't try Isaiah Simmons at linebacker. Well, I think there's enough evidence for Isaiah Simmons at linebacker in the NFL. Yeah. He moved from safety to linebacker at Clemson. Got drafted based off his linebacker play at Clemson. But that linebacker play just hasn't played out in the NFL like you would think from a first round draft pick. So Dave said last year that he will be in the safety rotation. He would be trained as a safety. That very well could change too. He could be brought back to linebacker to add some depth in the linebacker room. Who knows? I don't know. But I know the last thing that we heard about his potential playing or where he's going to play at was at safety. And he even said so on the internet that, he was welcoming the change back to safety. That is his natural position. Just so, boy, 6'4", 6'5", came out of college. I think he was like close to 240, somewhere like that between 240, 245. So that's really big for a safety. And I think that's why Clemson dropped him down to linebacker. I think he played around like 235, but he got the speed, runs a 4.3 40. So I guess that kind of gives you a glimpse of that hybrid look that he could play. I just don't think he's aggressive enough at the linebacker position. He has the height, the size, the speed, but that aggression, I don't think he has that aggression. Sometimes he plays like he don't want that contact. And at the linebacker position, you can't play like that. You can't play like you scared of the contact. Tim Bowler said, I believe the depth is okay, but Wallace to be determined. I agree, we need a proven veteran added. All right, Tim. Bradley says, D. Lloyd is way too athletic to just scheme plays away from him. He's great in the zone and runs downfield. All right. Broski says, who are Martin, Scott, and Shirellis? Who else might be a special teamer? Maybe, if he's lucky. Okay. Well, Bam Martin Scott, if I'm not mistaken, undrafted last year out of South Carolina. Claude Shirellis, we got from the Jets. I think he was on the practice squad. I know he was a special teamer in New York. So just like with Frankie Louvu was a key special teamer in the Jets. Carolina brought him in. I think maybe they saw the same thing in Claude Shirellis and brought him in. Cool watch. Like I said, he might be a special teamer. Like you said, broski. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't believe that in order to make his chops in the league, he's going to have to play special teams before he get any run at linebacker. That's just my opinion. All right. Turner said, I know Brazel's number 4 on the depth chart, but if he's not starting as number 3 or number 2, then that 3rd round pick could have been a linebacker. I wish that 2nd round pick was a linebacker. That was my hope. Eternal. Blackout. So he wrap up, but not a formed tackler. Who you talking about? Rollmaster. Shaq was that safety converted to linebacker and never gave us any real production. Yeah, I can't agree with you on that. Shaq balled out his first 3 or 4 years in the league, albeit he was playing beside Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly. But there's nothing wrong with playing beside 2 legends and learning the game. Somebody to hype you up. Also correct you when you're wrong. And there's nothing wrong with playing beside 2 guys like that. And yes, he's a converted safety. He also played running back at Washington. Shaq was kind of like all over the field, like that do-it-all player for the University of Washington. his last year coming out. So yeah, I think he played good ball. When he first came into the league. Sideburn 21 said, Good morning, Sideburn. Appreciate you for being here, my guy. Thank you for tapping in this morning to the morning kickoff. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Roadmaster says Shaq ain't do nothing at the TD and Luke left. I can agree with you somewhat on that. I don't think he immediately fell off at that point, but yes, his production has declined some. It did decline some. That's why I was not mad when he left. Actually, I was calling for him to leave for like 2 years because I saw the decline in his production. Last year seemed to be reinvigorated a little bit. So that's the only reason I was talking about possibly bringing him back. I think Shaq Thompson right now, I don't think there's really much argument outside of Devin Lloyd. It's probably better than any other linebacker that we have in a linebacker room. So let me know if you agree or disagree with that. Like outside of Devin Lloyd, what other linebacker on our roster is better than Shaq Thompson right now? And I'm just talking about 32-year-old Shaq Thompson, declining, if you will, Shaq Thompson. What other linebacker on the roster outside of Devin Lloyd is better than Shaq Thompson right now? I'll wait. We say, you think Isaiah Simmons can climb up the depth chart? Is the free safety room over Jaycee? No. Let me say it like this. I don't know. Jaycee Wheatley is different. Just going back and watching tape on that young man. He's a difference maker back there at that safety position. Definitely a free safety. Got the length, the athleticism, the instincts, a quick trigger coming downhill to fill the running lane. He go from deep safety to in the box in about a second, in like 2 or 3 steps. He right there, and he's a very good tackler. Very good tackler. So yeah, Jaycee Wheatley is definitely somebody people need to watch out for, pay attention to. I think he's going to carve out a position in this defense sooner rather than later. So yes, I would definitely bet on Jaycee Wheatley. Roman said all of them better. Yeah, I'm about to disagree with you on that one, Roadmaster. Turner 252 says Isaiah Simmons is cool at special teams. He good at blocking punts. Yeah, he's definitely a core special teamer. Definitely a core special teamer. If we bring Shaq back, put him at safety, that's a negative. Roadmaster. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's what he doing, D-Cash. He trolling this morning. I'm about to stop clicking on his comments because he talking real crazy. He talking real crazy, man. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll. Let me see. Where is it at? So only 8 people have participated. Okay, cool. All right. So we got number 1 at 75%. What is Devin Lloyd what's Devin Lloyd's most important job? It said lead the defense. Improve coverage and create takeaways were tied at 13%. Both. But number 1, lead the defense. 75% of you said number 1. So I greatly appreciate you guys contributing to the poll. Yeah, definitely appreciate you guys contributing to the poll. All right. So let me give my let me give my little 2 cents on the Devin Lloyd linebacker thing. Excuse me. I believe Devin Lloyd stabilizes the linebacker room quickly. His coverage production, experience, communication ability. I believe it gives Carolina something it hasn't had in the middle in a while. But I do also believe that the ceiling for that linebacker room still depends on a healthy Tre'von Wallace, because you got to have a healthy number 2 beside Devin Lloyd in order to get the best production out of this linebacker room. I believe he can organize the defense. He did it in Jacksonville. There's no reason for me to believe that he can't do it in Carolina. All right. So yeah, for Tre'von Wallace, I believe he has to continue to prove that he can play fast, especially when he's not thinking. Just be able to trigger and go, tackle consistently, avoid the extended stretches of uneven play that have limited him in the past. I think a lot of that is due to injuries, if you will. So yeah, if he can overcome all that he has to overcome in order to stay healthy, to stay relevant, to be available, to be the best version of himself, to learn from Devin Lloyd, be a sponge, soak in what knowledge he can get from Devin Lloyd. And I have no reason to believe that Devin Lloyd wouldn't support him, be there for him, give him some game, help him, learn the nuances of the linebacker position. If he can do all those things, if they can build that type of relationship, and we can see it in the production on the field, yes, I think that will be a good thing for Tre'von Wallace. That would definitely be a good thing for Tre'von Wallace. All right. D-Cat says, shit, forgot Shaq is plenty. Forget Shaq. It's plenty of linebackers we can get, especially if Wallace can't stay healthy. Yeah, that's facts, D-Cat. There are some linebackers out there that is available. That is definitely available, that can come in and give you that proven veteran leadership and playing ability that right now I feel is probably better at this time of their career, better than Tre'von Wallace and any other linebacker in that linebacker room outside of Devin Lloyd. So my hope is that Carolina look into some of these veterans and potentially at least bring one of them in. Yeah, that's what I would love to see. I would definitely love to see that. So what could change my mind? What could change my mind? If Devin Lloyd somehow struggle with communication during camp, right? I don't think that would happen, but it could. Anything is possible. I don't want to rule anything out. It definitely can happen. He does have a tendency to hesitate sometime in run fits. I've noticed that watching some games of his in Jacksonville. You want to see him consistently get better at that. Yeah. I don't know about Carolina using more 3 linebacker packages than expected. I can't see them going to a 4-3. That's not in Evero's scheme. That would be crazy to me if they broke out playing the 4-3. Like that would be crazy. right? Coming to the stage, Red Feinbaum. What's up, Red?
Soldier. How you doing this morning?
Man, I can't call it. 6 of one hand, half a dozen the other. Guess I called even, you know.
Tony, I know. That's the Tony I know. Damn right. hey, Tony, I was sitting up there when you invited those that can to hit the lane. You know, it's not a requirement of you to participate and be a guest, you know. But I said,
right.
Well, I could tell those who don't have no military time. See, y'all left the gate open for Red Swarm. And let me tell you something. See, if y'all had joined the military, you would have learned that a big part of the battle is taking the war to your enemy before they get up. See, we call that stand to. That's what we call stand to. You out there laying in the grass, in the ground, in the weeds for the sun to come up. So if your enemy is late getting up, like y'all is here in the United States, you're going to hear Red Swarm voice first thing in the morning with Tony. So I advise you to get up earlier. Y'all know Tony by now. Y'all know the hours and the times of his show. Y'all know this great content. And Tony, by the way, this has been a tremendous, even for me as a Falcons fan, it has been a pleasure listening to your 12-part series, man.
Well, I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yes, sir. It has been professional. It has been, as anyone can see and would have to agree with me, well thought out and very well planned. And my mama used to tell each and every one of us, proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Y'all can learn something.
Piss poor performance.
Piss poor. Well, she didn't tell us that, you know. But you know what I'm saying? I later heard that one as I grew up and got a little older in the streets, Tony. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, I agree. I greatly appreciate it. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Agreed. So, yeah, man, the thing is, I put in the chat, some of y'all old enough to remember the song with Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It takes two to make a thing go right.
It takes two to make a thing go right.
I'm trying to tell you. So, y'all did a big thing when y'all went out there and signed Devin Lloyd. But it's going to be time for y'all number 2 linebacker to prove themselves this year. So,
okay.
I'm just saying.
How you feel about the linebacker room? Let me just pose the question to you again, and Ray, you can go as long as you want to, because ain't nobody on here to challenge you today.
Yeah, they must want to listen to me, Tony. Damn, that's all.
They must want to listen to you.
Yeah,
well, let me give you the debate.
Red Swarm, as Roadmaster said. So.
Let me give you the debate question. He said, "Can Devin Lloyd stabilize Carolina's linebacker room immediately, or is the unit still too dependent on Trevor Wallace taking a major step forward?" What say you?
Well, he can't stabilize it. He definitely can improve it tremendously. I can say I wasn't pleased when y'all signed Devin Lloyd because he is a top 10 linebacker in the NFL. He is. He's a top 10. I heard Nick Tri-State say arguably the best. Nah, I can't go that far, but he's up there. I'm not going to shit on the man's name. He up there. But again, it takes two. He can't do it by himself. And y'all had a woeful linebacker room last year. Even with that linebacker who down in Tampa Bay this year. So with that being said, what I would say is that he definitely improves it. I don't think it's stable because I don't think y'all have competent linebacker play outside of him. And it should be better. And he should definitely give some cover as those other linebackers find their legs. You know, the young guys, the unproven guys. It'll give them an opportunity to grow under his wing. So,
right.
Yeah, man. But but it's better than it was, Tony. It's still not stable, in my opinion.
And I have to agree with you because of if anybody has listened to me in the past 3 or 4 weeks, or even talking on other podcasts, I've said consistently that the linebacker room is the weakest on the defensive side of the ball. Outside of Devin Wallace, you truly don't have any proven production. That's why I was high on Carolina taking a linebacker in the second round instead of a defensive tackle. There was plenty of linebackers, serviceable linebackers that could come in and potentially start, or at least provide you with quality depth behind the starters. And we didn't address it in the second or third or fourth round.
And there was good talent in the second and third, like you said, on the real good talent.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. It was. I honestly felt like there was linebackers that we could have got in the second in the first 3 rounds that was better than the linebacker play that we have currently in our room. So I think a lot of pressure has been put on Devin Lloyd in order for him to remain healthy and available and play at that all-pro level that he played at last year. But then, what if something happens? God forbid.
Yeah.
Tony,
I'm going to mute real quick. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just mute real quick. I need to see my wife out the house on her way to work. Just a moment.
All right. So, yeah, it just leads me to believe, like, what do you do if something were to happen to a Devin Lloyd? What would the linebacker room look like? What type of production are you going to get from that linebacker room? We already can say that's not going to be the same with Devin Lloyd if he was to miss any time. So I think that's a given. So how far off would the production drop without him being on the field? That's what I'm worried about. How far will the production drop if Devin Lloyd is not on the field? That's what I want to know. So shout out D Cash or Earl Locklear saying D Cash salute. Turn 252 said, I'm just perplexed that we have a linebacker GM who didn't prioritize linebacker soon as he took the job. Well, he did. I think the first thing he did was get Tre'von Wallace. But I just don't think he should have stopped there. I know we had Jaycee Jewell, then he had his concussions and things that happened towards the end of that year. I think it was 2023 and or 2024, and he didn't come back. I don't think he's played it down since he left. We brought in Christian Roseboom to try to help stabilize the linebacker room. Him playing beside Tre'von Wallace. I think Christian Roseboom was the first one to wear the green dot. Then it switched to Tre'von Wallace. The linebacker play did seem to get a little better with Tre'von Wallace wearing the green dot, but it wasn't consistent. It wasn't consistent. But you can also make the argument that maybe, just maybe, Evero didn't call it like that. He didn't call for the linebackers to be aggressive. But when they were aggressive, when they were filling the holes, when they were running the lanes, especially on stretch zones or wide zone plays, instead of sitting back and waiting for a guard to reach them at the second level, and there were times where you saw them become aggressive. But that's when Carolina was playing some of its best football, on the defensive side. So, yeah, you can't always just put it on the players. The play call, the scheme matters as well. If the play call is limiting you to be aggressive, I mean, what can you do? You have to play the call that's played. So
That's a fact.
yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Okay. So Red,
Yes, sir.
let's see. Do you believe that Devin Lloyd's coverage ability would change Evero's third down defense?
Well, if you drop him into coverage, he graded out really well as a coverage linebacker, didn't he? Or was he more of a tackler? Okay.
No, he
So,
great. I think he led the league linebackers in interceptions last year with 5.
yeah. So I ain't trying to sound flippant, but hell yeah, how can that not help? So I think when you have a piece like that, that's basically a extra safety or corner, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, he gonna take the tight end or running back leaking out. He gonna take them away. So
yeah,
and that helps to give the pass rush more time to get home. I mean, yeah, hell yeah, he gonna help improve what he should. I don't know if I know y'all say that Ejiro Evero is very conservative, you know, with his play call defensively. Right. I mean, if he don't feel like he has more flexibility with a piece like Devin Lloyd, then shame on him. Because at that point, he'll be the one holding the defense back. But I would think with his eye and where he's been around the league, that he would recognize what he got. And honestly, let me stop talking like a novice football fan. That has to be part of the reason why they went so aggressively at a guy like him. It ain't like Devin Lloyd going to show up at practices and be like, damn, he can do this. No, they know what they were pursuing. So yeah, Tony, I agree. I would think he's part of the plan to give Evero more flexibility in his coverage schemes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe he, like I just mentioned, while you was out seeing your wife off, one of the main weaknesses from our linebackers last year was in coverage. You know, whether it be a tight end, you know, down the seam, you know, a shallow cross or something like that, running back coming out of the backfield, you know, on a sail route or a choice route. You know, we struggled with that last year. So Devin Lloyd, giving that his production is definitely above average when it comes to that particular skill set.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say that's an upgrade when it comes to that, right? And probably everything else that comes along with him. But our most desired weakness as a linebacker room last year, yes, he can cover up some of that. Can he cover up all of it?
Right.
I don't think so. That's why I think it's important to have another veteran alongside him that can allow him to play off-ball linebacker to whatever side the tight end is to the strong side. Whatever the strong side is at, that's where you need to have Devin Lloyd lined up at. And, you know, you leave that middle linebacker on ball, you know, directly over the center or slightly to the left or to the right of him. But definitely constantly in that A gap. So
Tony, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Is he playing the mic with y'all, or he's not y'all's mic?
From what I've gathered just by listening, he's definitely going to be the green dot. He's going to be the one calling the plays, the communicator. That can be from the middle linebacker position or the off-ball linebacker position.
That is true.
Yeah. So exactly what his position, his role is going to be, I don't know, but it would seem to me that you would keep him at the position that he just made All Pro, and Pro Bowl as. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, if to utilize him in the way that he strengthens in the area that you were weak in, you would need to keep him off linebacker. Yeah.
And Tony, that was just me being slick, trying to use football terminology, talking about Mike. I mean, you know, quite honestly, as long as you allow him to be that voice that sees from his experience and recognizes what the offense is doing and call that out, that's your dot right there. I wouldn't give it, to be honest, I wouldn't give a damn if it's a safety who came up closer to the line before he dropped back and said, hey, get over here, get over there. They coming with this, they coming with that. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I think too oftentimes people want to say that's the middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So it don't have to be. You're absolutely right, Tony. Absolutely right.
Yeah. All right, Red, we're going to transition over into the next topic. All right, so Devin Lloyd can organize the middle of the defense, but linebacker communication only works when the safeties complete the picture behind him. That brings us to a room that may not receive enough attention until one mistake produces an explosive play, and that is the safeties. All right. The topic is, can the safeties eliminate communication breakdowns? All right, so I'm going to start with the facts. Carolina notable safety group includes Tre'von Moehrig, Nick Scott, Lathan Ransom, Jaycee Weekly, Damani Richardson, and Isaiah Simmons. Carolina official camp preview describes Moehrig and Scott as the two pillars of the room. Moehrig can move across multiple defensive roles. Scott provides experience, communication, and knowledge of Evero's system. Ransom started 6 games last season and developed into a starter caliber option used in certain packages. Rookie Jaycee Weekly is expected to provide depth and compete for a larger future role. So put it in context, safety play is where communication errors become touchdowns. A cornerback can play the correct leverage and still give up a deep completion if he expects help that never arrives. A linebacker can pass a route correctly and still look lost if the safety fails to replace him. A defense can disguise coverage before the snap and expose itself after the snap if the rotation is late. Carolina safeties must do more than make tackles. They must communicate, motion adjustments, formation strength, coverage rotations, route distributions, pressure replacements, run support, and red zone checks. Moehrig's flexibility gives Evero options. Scott's experience gives the defense stability. Ransom gives Carolina another player who can handle meaningful snaps. The question is whether those pieces operate as one connected unit. So, Red, I'm going to ask you the question.
Yes, sir.
Is Carolina's safety room quality one of the defensive strengths, or does its success depend too heavily on perfect communication? What say you?
Yeah, it's not a strength. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It's not a strength.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you're gonna rely on the hopes that a guy that you drafted, the kid out of, was it Penn State? Penn State, yeah. As far as I've been able to see, and what I saw last year, and what you have back there in that safety room, he's your only hopeful free safety. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be too heavily reliant upon, sort of communicating and getting him where because he's going to take his rookie lumps, getting him to where he needs to be. Somebody's going to have to direct him. As we talked about, Devin Lloyd can call these sort of things out, tell him where he should be, or Moehrig, sort of leading him. But in case anybody has themselves fooled, Moehrig is a weakness in the pass game. Now he's good. He might be great at coming up into the box, rushing and tackling, but he's a liability in the pass game. So
How so? What makes you say that, Red?
My eyes, and they ain't as good as they used to be. But yeah, my eyes. This ain't even a statistical point that I'm trying to make, which is backed up by statistics. But yeah, my eyes. He don't cover well. He's not in position a lot of times to knock passes away or definitely get interceptions. He's not a ball hawk, but he excels in tackling, and he's a thumper. And but yeah, Tre'von Moehrig is a weakness in y'all's passing game. So I don't think it's been a mystery that many Panthers fans have said that y'all need to get a free safety, a center fielder. So I watched some film on the kid out of Penn State. He looks the part. I think he could be it.
What did you see in Jaycee Wheatley?
Oh man,
when you watch the film,
he can go get that ball, Tony. He can go get that ball, Tony. He can go get that ball. He can take that ball away. He can get up. He can high point the ball. He can hit. He's an all around safety. Let's just keep it real. But I think in y'all scheme, you want him to be that coverage safety. You want to put him on the back end and make sure nothing gets behind him or over the top of him. Yeah. And I think he's the type of center fielder who can, if his back is against the wall, he can go up and get it. Y'all know I'm a big baseball fan, obviously, as a fan of the Atlanta Braves. Put that ball, put his back against the wall, go up and high point that ball. After so many years of watching Andrew Jones, that's what y'all might have as a key weakness. So, but I still cannot say until we see what he does as a rookie. And I can't slight him and say what he won't be. I wouldn't be disrespectful to y'all like that after watching my very own Xavier Watts last year. I wouldn't sit on him and say, he ain't going to do this. He ain't going to do that. Not today anyway. Not just me.
That's somebody I wish we would have picked, Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Yeah. The Golden Domers. And Tony, I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna lie to you. My evaluation, and that's why I said I'm not finna just be a hater and say, y'all ain't gonna. This rookie ain't gonna turn out like that. He can. I'm not gonna come up here and hate like that. He can. So a Nick Emery or Xavier Watts. He's in that same conversation. He could be that for y'all. So I ain't gonna sit on your safety room and say it's gonna be a weakness. I'm saying at this point, until proven differently, I have to say it was last year, but it may not be this year. Maybe that's a fair way for me to put it.
Okay. Well, I push back a little bit about Tre'von Moehrig being a weakness or not very good at coverage. I think when you talk about like straight line running, something like that, coverage, I think he's better at that than dealing with like shiftier slot receivers or, somebody that can just shake him out of his boots. He's average when it comes to coverage, if you ask me, but he definitely is above average when talking about playing in the box, run stopping, blitz, things of that nature. That's why I think his natural fit is best in the box. He can play that star position to a high level. I do see Jaycee Wheatley being more of a free safety than strong safety. He has the size, he's like 6'3", 6'4", so he has the length, athleticism, quick instincts. He knows how to trigger downhill. He knows how to feel, the running lane, from the safety, deep safety position. He reminds me a lot of a Jalen Petrie that plays for the Texans, right? Or like a Buda Baker in Arizona. I believe he has that type of skill set. I know a lot of Panther fans, including myself. Let me just say that for full disclosure. Up until last year, wanted to see Nick Scott gone, right? But to be honest, fair evaluation, Nick Scott played pretty good last year. Definitely better than what he did in 2024. So, will Zakee Wheatley eventually take Nick Scott position? I believe so. Nick Scott was brought back on a 1-year deal. Okay. Um, not a deal that we can't get out of, at the end of this year. I do believe, like I said, Zakee Wheatley was brought in to eventually replace Nick Scott. Now, how soon that happens, I have no idea. But I know I love what I saw on tape from. I think I watched 2 games of Zakee Wheatley. You know, um, from what I've seen, I'm like, yeah, he different. He definitely different. That young man is. So, and to be honest, I like Lathan Ransom, as a backup to Tre'von Moehrig. I think he's better in the box than he is at free safety, even though he did play some free safety at Ohio State. But his better position is playing the strong safety, playing that star position. I think he's being groomed to eventually replace Tre'von Moehrig. So, I like what I see from Lathan Ransom when it comes to that, and hopefully he can put it all together. You definitely see the potential. So, yeah, that's how I feel about the safety room. I don't see them as a weakness at all. Would you like some better communication, better play from certain positions? Of course, especially from the free safety position. But I don't believe that they are a weakness. I think the linebackers and the defensive tackles are weaker than the safety position. If you ask me, that's just my opinion.
Well, just
All right.
a little back and forth with you, Tony, on
Yeah.
the safety position, and a bit more on Tre'von Moehrig. For as much as I hear the Panthers community sort of roundly say that y'all sick of Nick Scott, don't know how he keeps making it on the roster and this and that. He was your best coverage safety last year. I think you
Nick
probably would
Scott.
agree with me on that. Yeah, Nick Scott. Yep. He grades out better than Moehrig and Ransom. I do think that Ransom is almost a carbon copy of what you have. So I can understand you saying backing up Moehrig,
Yeah.
because he too is not a free safety type. Strong safety is what they are. But I put up a quick piece on Tre'von Moehrig from Yahoo Sports, and it talked about him being one of the safeties that was just outside the top 10 and an honorable mention in ESPN's latest top 10 safety ranking.
That's correct.
And yeah, they say he was very versatile, but the one thing that perhaps is holding him back and they would like to see is his weakness in coverage. His
Okay.
best coverage stats were his 90.3 and 1 touchdown allowed. They didn't say what that year was, but as of lately, he posted a 55.3 coverage grade. So he's at, whether that be that he's not being left in coverage or he's not performing well in coverage. Nonetheless, that's where he's grading out at, and that was his second to his worst grade, and since he's been in the NFL. So they said if Moehrig can clean that up, he can be one of the most well-rounded safeties in the NFL with everything else that he does at a high level. So I mean, that's opinion based. I agree, and so I respect your opinion. But from what I saw, and I still say this, and not to like belabor this point with you, but I think that um, there is much to be proven in the middle and on the back end. I think on the front end and at the third level, the cornerbacks, y'all are solid. But at the linebacker and at the safety, there's still question marks. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like you said, so if you were to take Tre'von Moehrig's best coverage statistic, I think you said it was 91%.
Yes.
And
that was
his
back with
worst,
Oakland.
right, and his worst at 55%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you add those two together and divide it, you probably get about 72%.
Yeah.
So I think that's about average. That's why I say I wouldn't say that it's his weakest strength, because he has the ability and has shown that he can be an above average safety and coverage. So because he had a bit down year, that doesn't tell the full story about who he is or what he can be when it comes to coverage. So that's my pushback on that. If he was a career average around 55, maybe 60%, then yeah, I can fully agree with you, and there will be no pushback on it. But the fact that he has done it leads me to believe that he can do it at a high level. So we just have to make sure that we put him in the position to do that. You know, I don't know if I don't know if the position was the same this past year in Carolina as opposed to his best year in Las Vegas. I don't know. But like you said, just if you just going off the numbers would tell you that he's more than capable of being an elite cover safety from the strong safety position. So that's what I'm hoping that he can elevate his game back to. Yeah.
And he was used more of a free safety at times with the Raiders, as you said. So, yeah.
Yeah. He played. Yeah. He did play some. He played more free safety there than he did last year with Carolina. I will agree that, and that's why I said it. A lot of time it all depends on what they ask you to do is and what the coordinator asks you to do. Right.
You're right. You damn sure right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love it.
So let me see. How can I trip up old Red this morning?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I don't back down from a challenge.
I know you don't, and you got the right. I'm your huckleberry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm looking for Big Wheel, old gray beard. Yeah.
He probably in the friendly skies right now.
Oh yeah, he listening in. One thing I know about old gray beard. Yeah, old gray beard. If he can tap in, he gonna be there. So yeah, he'll never pass up an opportunity to punch old Pigeon in the face whenever he can. So.
Yeah. Tico, what's happening, man? How we feeling?
Good, Tony. What's going on, Red? How y'all boys?
Sizzle, what's happening, Tico?
Man, I can't call it. Ain't shit slick to a can of oil, my guy.
You already know, man.
Yeah.
I can't call it. I might spoil it.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all some old Negroes. I'm gonna tell you something, boy.
Hey, Tico, like you told me, all you can do is try to get a little butter from the duck, right?
Hey, man. Listen,
hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something about y'all old men. I remember when I used to be helping my uncles and my dad would work on a lawnmower, work on a car, whatever. They're trying to give me a little knowledge on how to handle it. they'll say, reach out in there and pull that bolt out of there, or put this screw back in there for me, man. My knuckles is beat up. I can't reach under there. And I'm just struggling. He said, boy, pull that bolt back and spit on it some. It'll ease it. Boy, if you don't know no old fellas like that, you miss it, boy.
Hey, Will, Red was looking for you, man. I thought you were still in the air. He said, Will Robertson said he just landed. What I missed. Yeah, your homeboy. Your homeboy, your brother in arms been looking for you, Will.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But Tico, we're talking about the safeties right now. I don't know how much you missed or if you've been listening. Let me let me hit you with the debate question again. Is Carolina safety room quietly one of the defense's strengths, or does it succeed, or does its success depend too heavily on perfect communication? What say you?
Right now, I say it's definitely not a strength. So let's get that out of the way.
Okay.
Moehrig being as the Joker in the big nickel or big dime, that's a plus for us. That's a strength. But the other two behind him when he's down in the box? I like Lathan coming down as, the drop safety, picking up the crossing route, whoever his match principle is on that particular play. And Nick Scott has been solid over the top. Now we're in man. If we have to go man with that same look with Nick Scott and Lathan Ransom, no, sir, I don't like that. So that's why they've been experimenting with Child at safety and Corey Thornton at safety, and I think on those more true wide receiver downs.
When they've been experimenting with Corey Thornton at safety. When that happened?
It was in mini camp or OTAs. That's why go back to one of Jaycee Horn's interviews. Well, I think he only had one, but he was saying, he said, Court, they've been having them everywhere. And I remember in the Atlanta game, he had a few snaps at safety.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because so when they go man, or they got different packages. They got different packages they can use. How much Evero use it or not, I'm not sure. But I think. But I think
he's gonna be a nickel. I think he's gonna be a nickel corner this year.
I was about to say that's giving them a fourth corner on the field almost.
Right, exactly. And with those match principles, it's pretty much man at the end of the day, right? So you need somebody. That was our issues in the past. We had people that could hit, but we ain't had nobody that could match those concepts or cover a slot receiver. Because a lot of the times in those 2x2. Even if it ain't man, if that slot, if that number 2 coming straight at that safety, that's your man.
Yeah. Especially if you playing cover 4 behind it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because that nickel gonna jam him, but he gonna let him go.
Yeah. Interesting. One thing I will say, we have more depth and more versatility in our cornerbacks and safeties than we have had in a long time. And we have some versatile pieces that can be used in different ways, in different packages, like you just mentioned, Tico. But I still would love I would still love Corey Thornton main position to be that nickel corner.
Yeah, but
before he got hurt, he flourished at that. He was go ahead.
Oh no, he definitely did. I was just saying as far as like the packages, if you got Moehrig in the box, then he's gonna be the nickel. He's pretty much the nickel, unless you got him at the linebacker spot beside Devin Lloyd and bring, you know what I'm saying, Corey Thornton in. So that's why I think they've been experimenting with those corners at safety for those match principles specifically when Moehrig go down to play the big nickel. Now you got, instead of having Lathan and Nick Scott back there trying to match something, now you got Corey Thornton coming down. He's still pretty much going to be like the nickel because Moehrig is like almost like the linebacker, so to speak. So when Corey Thornton will probably be the drop down safety that take over the nickel or to take over that number 2 receiver, or he'll pass him to somebody else and pick up something else. You see what I'm saying? So just because Moehrig is down low, you're going to need a cover guy behind him instead of bringing to get your cover guys on the field, put it that way.
Yeah. So in that instance, you're running more of a nickel instead of a dime package because you're trying to keep 3 corners on the field, even though that corner may slide back and play some safety. He's still a corner. Is that what you're saying?
Right. I guess you could call it dime, but it's in essence, it's still a nickel because he's at the safety position.
Right. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. You still call it nickel even though he's back at a safety position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Because you ain't got nobody. Because when you want to bring that dime in, that's gonna be even more crazy.
That may be where the rookie slides in there. That's where Jaycee Wheatley come in at, because to me, from what I've seen, and this is just from his college tape, he's a better coverage safety than Nick Scott. I think he's a better overall safety, but that's comparing college to the pros. Okay?
Yeah, see, I don't really want to put him in it yet until we see if he gonna be if they gonna give him a shot to get on the field, or he gonna earn it or take it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that dime with, say, even if it's big dime, and say you got Thornton and Moehrig down low. Thornton the dime, Moehrig the nickel. Then of course, Mike Jack and that damn Horn.
Jaycee.
Yeah, then behind him, you got probably gonna be Lathan and Nick Scott. But see, you can even, if it's a true dime, it'll be Nick Scott and Moehrig back, the normal safeties, with Will Lee, Corey Thornton, and Mike Jaggenhorn. Now that's a hell of a dime right there.
Yeah. That what you just described remind me of Seattle Seahawks last year. Seattle provided a lot of pressure from the edges. They wasn't mugging the front, through the A gaps. No, they was doing it on the edge. They had Devin Witherspoon on one side and Nick Emmanwori on the other, because their strength was their interior defensive line. So they didn't really need that pressure to come up the middle. They applied it from the outside to force you in the middle, which you probably wasn't going nowhere. And that's where they was bringing a lot of their pressure from last year. My thing is, I just don't think we have a solid front like Seattle had last year to be able to do that. So you may have to mug one of the A gaps and bring that pressure off the opposite edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Them boys, definitely coming off that edge. Witherspoon was.
Oh, yeah. And then you run him into the teeth of the big cat up there, it's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Hey, listen, everybody. I just put the second poll up on screen. Is at the bottom right. And it said, what matters most for Carolina safeties? You could type 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat. The poll would tabulate your response, and we will see it live. I'll leave that up here while we are discussing the safety position.
Yeah,
was there anything? Go ahead, Tico.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the communication, I don't feel like is going to be an issue. I feel like with the like we were saying earlier, I just think it's the unknown and the talent. We already know what Nick Scott can do, and we already know what Lathan can do. Hopefully his instincts is a little more up to par this year, because a lot of the times on those in all 22 I was looking at, when he was coming down to match his concepts, like say the number 2 was running, he looked like he was running an over route, but they hit him like right over the center in the middle of the field, like a stop route.
Eyes dirty.
Yeah, he seen it, Tony, but he didn't shoot his gun.
Oh, okay, that's what you saying.
He made the tackle, you know, he made the tackle, but you seen him, he didn't believe it.
He ain't pulled the pin.
No, he ain't pull it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, players that shoot their gun is the ones that say, I know what I see, and if he do anything else other than what I see, I know how to react to it. I'm gonna just make him run into me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he just got to get that I see it, I believe it, and go type mentality on those match principles. But other than that, Nick Scott, see, we got players that Nick Scott is a guy that's going to be in the right position. He's not going to get beat over the top, but he's going to he might give up a 30-yard pass just because he's playing so deep not to get beat deep. He plays not to get beat, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we need playmakers, bro.
I asked you guys this. I was trying to trip up old Red since he was on here by himself. Red, somebody said you sound like you're in a latrine.
In a latrine? No. Maybe it's just my mic.
All the echo.
Yeah, it's probably my mic, man. I be trying to experiment with it. Feel like my sound used to be real low, so I went out and actually bought me a set of Xbox headsets. I guess they're mainly for gaming, but I don't know why it's echoing, man. And I really don't give a shit. But for those who think I'm in the latrine, that's a negative. That's a no-go at this stage. I got more respect for Tony than
that. Hey, Ray said he plays so deep because he can't cover niggas scared.
You don't have to backpedal that far. There you go.
I said that yesterday. I said you start off to play 12, 15 yards off the ball. And damn, soon as they snap it, he like 25, 30 yards deep. I'm like, damn, bro, you ain't got to be that far back. Good God, you ain't got to bail that far back, man. You really don't. You really don't. But yeah, hey, boy, he be across the street he be across Mint Street getting a little snack and then try to come back and see if he can make the play or not. I don't know what Nick Scott be doing back there, man. But yeah, let me ask you fellas, because we talked a little bit about Jaycee Wheatley, right? A lot of people feel like he should come in and take Nick Scott's position right away. What should Carolina expect from Wheatley? T-Cole, you can go first. And that's not the question I was gonna ask. Trip up on Red, but I'm gonna leave it alone right now.
You still working on one?
No, I got one. I just don't know if I want to pull the trigger or not.
All right,
go ahead, T-Cole.
Well, pull the pin and throw it. Then don't sit there and hold it. that won't help you. Don't sit there and hold it once you pull the pin. I'm telling you now.
Go ahead, T-Cole.
I think they can expect for him to come in and kind of hit the ground running, so to speak, as far as in the classroom and it translate into the field. I don't think he'll have any issues picking up the defense, the communication. I know Penn State has had some solid safeties come out over the last few years. I don't know how mentally he would translate to the NFL game, but from his measurables, from what I've seen on tape, he's a gamer. he has the transferable qualities to the game that I can see as far as, the physical specimen. But let me take this call, Red.
Yes,
Tony.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead to go.
Hey, Tony.
What you got, Red?
Well,
Yeah.
I got a funny story for you. Y'all talking about pulling the pin. Hey, when you go to the range and you're trying to qualify in basic training, drill sergeant out there, they going through showing us how to pull the pin, give an 8 count, and then toss that grenade. I said, well, they ain't gonna give us no real hand grenade. You know what I'm saying? So the one they throw, it's real. You're gonna see the explosion, you're gonna hear it, you're gonna witness it. But hey, they're probably getting us something that ain't that powerful and less explosive, but whatever. Boy, it's a good thing I wasn't first. It's a good thing I wasn't up first. After I saw about the first 2 or 3 motherfuckers in front of me throw that grenade, I said, shit, they lucky if I count to 3. I'm finna throw this. Tony, I might have counted the 2. Tony.
Full disclosure. When we was in basic training and it was my time to throw that grenade, dog, you couldn't tell me I wasn't about to throw a real grenade.
Oh yeah.
You were about to tell me you talking about somebody scared as hell.
Yeah, man.
Boy, I was nervous when I threw the thing. I ain't know if I threw it far enough. I ain't know where I threw it. As soon as I released it, I ducked. I don't know where that grenade went.
Say you don't know what happened to it.
No, sir.
Yes,
listen, all I needed to hear was a boom. I don't care what it blew up. As long as that mug was away from me.
Out your hand.
Yes, sir.
I know that's right. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was nervous.
Yeah, bro. What you say, man?
Yeah.
What you say?
Yes, sir.
But motherfuckers get up, they get to talking shit about this and about that, man. It's some shit in this world that these fake gangsters don't know about, boy. When you break the seal on that mask and you inhale that,
listen. That was a near death. That was a near death experience for me in basic.
Tony, I'm telling you, it's shit out here that you can't even see that will take you out in a matter of seconds, man.
Nigga, I thought I was gonna die.
Bro, you and me too. Man, I don't know if I had an ounce of fluid in my body. Piss, snot, whatever.
I did not know a human body can produce that much snot in such a short period of time.
I'm telling you, it's just hanging from your face. You know what I'm saying? So man. Laughing. To God be the glory. We made it. Look at that laughing at it, Tony. To God be the glory.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do every time, boy? He said he would, and he did. Tell me. Boy, I look at him. But I ain't going through it again. I told y'all yesterday, don't expect Red Swan to volunteer. I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I ain't volunteering. No, you got to volunteer me. I got to be volunteered. You can't I don't volunteer. Yeah, I got to be volunteered. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Let me bring T Code back up.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, sir.
man.
See how I avoided that question, Tony?
I see how you avoided the question, but no, it's on you. What you thought we was gonna do was move on, but no, sir. That question's on you. It's a little light question. I know you can handle it. Yeah, don't. Okay. Hey, pull the plug or stick the pin back in it. Be careful now. Stick the pin back in it. Do not. Hey, listen. Do not release any pressure. Stick that pin back in it, sir.
Stick the pin back in it. Tony, I got a serious question. Do it work like that? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it works like that. Yeah, it works like that. I've done it. I've done it before. It works like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let that level go.
Yeah.
Hey, it would scare. Listen, it would scare the life out of you. I tell you that because you don't know if it will work. All you can go off by is what the instructor tell you it will work, but you don't know if it will work. But yeah. I may have released something in my pants at that moment, but I don't know.
Understandably. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
judge on it because I know what it feels like to pull
Yeah.
that pin. Shit.
Yes, sir.
Shit me. No, sir.
Shit.
What about
But
having
yeah,
that
Red,
motherfucker
go ahead and answer the question, Red.
Give it to me again, Greek. I want to make sure I don't embarrass myself. Well, I'm embarrassing myself anyway, but you know. Yeah.
Should Carolina expect more from Wheatley?
Yeah, he got a lot of pressure on him, man. He coming in with a lot of pressure. I mean, as fans,
Roadmaster stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, Roadmaster.
That's fact, Roadmaster.
Look, Roadmaster said he stayed in the tank too long.
Yeah.
And he held a pin. He held a grenade too long. He held it to 8.5. It blew up right over his head.
No, what Roadmaster didn't do, see, he didn't pay attention to the instructor when he said, make sure that your gas mask is properly sealed.
He went in
when they tell you to pop the seal for 1 second and seal it back up, yeah, he panicked.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it shook him up, man.
God.
Hey, let me answer
Oh
this
my
call.
God.
I won't be long, Tony, man. I won't be long.
Yeah. Oh, now he gonna answer a call. See, he ain't want to answer a question. Hey, T Cole,
Yes, sir.
Do you think Lathan Ransom can force his way into more packages? Now, he started 6 games last year. He got a lot of run as a rookie. Do you see him forcing his way or making a way into more packages?
I think so. Now it's gonna be interesting how they use the 3 between him, Nick, and Wheatley. Because Wheatley is good as a drop down safety too. It's like in the hole, picking up the crosses and shit like that, or playing a robber. He's also good in the back end. So
Right.
I'm not sure what their plans is for Wheatley as far as like whether they want him as the drop down or I know they say they technically they're supposed to be interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
But normally, you know, if the offense set up the right way or they don't switch strengths or anything like that, then normally Ransom is normally the drop down and Nick goes back deep. But I think it's gonna depend on what Wheatley do and how they use him, because Ransom is more like another Moehrig, so to speak. But he make plays too, so I'm not sure. Like he may even be in there in the big dime, and with the safeties, that 2 safeties down low with Lathan and Moehrig, and have the corners behind them. Like say if they want to blitz, they'll blitz the safeties and have the corners come down to play the man. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like a disguised dime, like an inverted dime. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they'll have Lathan.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Lathan and Ransom down as the nickel and dime, and they may have maybe Corey Thornton coming down to cover the slot, and they may leave Lathan in or Jaycee Wheatley, depending on which, like you said, they got a lot of packages that they could use. I just feel like Wheatley may take a few reps from Ransom, depending on how they use them, but it's yet to be seen on how they gonna use them, because but I definitely think it's a good problem to have, because it's like we ain't really been having to make these kind of discussions in a long time. So I don't want to say I'm taking Ransom off the field if Wheatley come in balling, because ultimately you want Nick Scott to be the one out. I mean, they keep giving him 1-year deals for a reason, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody actually rose up and just took it from him. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I want to see Ransom and Jaycee back there. I want to see, that's the future. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that as well. Because hey, Zaki Wheatley is a big boy. I mean, he at the combine he measured in at 6'3" and an eighth. So I mean, he's a legit 6'3",
Yeah, so that's
205
a
pounds.
legit 6'3", because I told you last night
Yeah.
that they make you put your ankles together, your heels together. Hey, Red, they don't play with you, boy, when you at that combine. Like, you know, people be trying to stand on their heels, on the toes a little bit, or
They bullshit, huh?
no, put your heels together. Stand back all the way back to this wall and
He
put your
gonna say,
heels
put your
together.
heels together. They gonna slide that
Hey,
ruler
look.
up on it, huh?
Hey, look, we have been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes now. Nobody has showed love to the channel, man. Hey, the
What
QR
we
code is
doing?
at the top right. I'll greatly appreciate it if you would scan that QR code. If you are enjoying the conversation, the debate, good vibes and good energy, and we're able to bring something to you this morning, show love to the channel. There's also a pinned link in the YouTube chat. I believe it's at the top that will take you to my PayPal. Whatever your heart leads you to donating would greatly be appreciated. My daily goal is just $25. As always, I'm not trying to pay rent or a car note, just $25 so I can continue making this the best show possible, morning show possible for you guys to enjoy. So I do this for you, not for me. So if you love the channel and you love what I'm bringing to you each and every morning, show love. I greatly appreciate it. And if you do send a PayPal gift, let me know in the comments so I can properly shout you out. If you're watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, through his channel, you can support the channel also with the super chat. I would greatly appreciate that as well. All right. So yeah, no love yet, but I hope to get some real soon. Let's see. Eternal said, Red, I'm pissed we didn't get Watts, but I'm glad we got Zaki. More interceptions loaded. And
I see that.
Panthro 7496 say Evero like safeties to cover and play in the box. Wheatley, I think, does that better than 22, and 22 backs up 7. So 22, unfortunately, will probably see less time. All right, Panther. Hey, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure that you have subscribed as well. Ray Shock said, I think the starting safety is Moehrig and Ransom with Nick as the third safety. Okay, Rashad. And he also said, honestly, I like the Ransom and Moehrig combo with a pinch of Nick. But if Wheatley balls, I'm fine cutting Nick. I got you. All right. And he also said Ransom not getting passed over for no damn Wheatley. Okay. Well, to me they play two opposite positions. Ransom is more your strong safety, and Wheatley is more of your free safety. So I don't think their positions jeopardize the other. Okay, that's just my opinion. Real quick, shout out to BY's 804
Shout out
VA
B-Wise.
for the $9.99 super chat. He said, appreciate the content. Thank y'all for getting the mornings going. Hey, I appreciate you, B-Wise. Thank you for that $9.99 super chat. So that's what I'm here for. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. I'm trying to create that content to help people get their morning started, whether you're getting off third shift, on your way home, if you're in the gym, if you're in the Pilates, if you're in Starbucks, like I'll be eating a muffin and drinking some tea, whatever your vice is in the morning, I hope to be that voice in your ear that can provide you with that great Carolina Panther content each and every day. And starting training camp and heading on into the season, I'll be talking more. I'll be talking about the Panthers, and also I'll be talking about college football and other teams, because I don't just only watch the Panthers. I watch football all over the NFL and college. So yeah, I got some things coming when it comes to that. But yes, the primary conversation is always gonna be the Panthers, but we're gonna sprinkle in some NFL and some college. I mean, other NFL teams in college as well. So definitely look out for that, and make sure you tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow's conversation is going to put into perspective everything that I've talked about in this 12-part series covering the front office, the coaches, the player positions, which is the last day. But yeah, everything gonna come to a head tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that as well. So yeah, again, Be Wise, I appreciate that super chat, my guy.
Shout out Be Wise.
Oh, that's Red Swarm. We talking to somebody. Roman said, think I gotta go to the other layout. This one don't even show the super chat option. Okay. Like I said, if you are coming through Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, I don't have super chats on my channel, but you can support the channel through the PayPal. All right, the QR code's in the top right. Then there's also a link. Now, if you go through CJ's channel, because I stream over there, you can do super chats. Okay, Blackout did do super chat. Shout out to Roadmaster Blackout TV 803 for the $2 super chat. He said, "Keep it up, brother. 100." Hey, I appreciate it, my guy. I definitely will. Definitely look forward to some slight changes that's coming. I'm gonna always look to provide content and make it better for you guys. Okay, always gonna be on the lookout for that. Yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna go on. We're gonna go ahead and try to reset here. So the linebackers connect the front to the defense. The safeties organize the back end. Now we reach the group that carries the most visible responsibility. All right. And when Evero sends pressure, the cornerbacks often have to survive without help. So the third topic of the day is, can Jaycee Horn and the cornerbacks hold up? And before we get started, let me stop this poll real quick. All right. And 45% said preventing explosive plays, which was tied with number 4, creating turnovers. Number
about
1,
right to me.
communication was 9%. All right. So again, I thank you guys for participating in the poll. I will have another one up here shortly, but definitely thank you for participating. I appreciate it. What'd you say, Tico?
So that 45, right in line with what I was thinking too.
Creating turnovers and preventing explosive plays.
Oh yeah.
Talk about it before we move on.
Well, we kind of excelled in creating turnovers, even with what we had. We didn't get explosive plays. I'm not sure if that was a communication issue or a talent issue, but when you put those two together, then that's how you make teams earn it, and you get more possessions. You're getting more opportunities, more scoring defensive opportunities, more opportunities for your offense, as well as making teams work for it if they get it.
Gotcha.
Those chunk plays, explosive plays. I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, I don't. That's a topic for another discussion, but like it that what you want to call it, momentum, so to speak.
Yeah, momentum
or pressure, or you know what I'm saying. I don't know if that's but you know, those big plays like that is it could get some people confidence down. It can get other team more confidence, get the crowd into it, or get your crowd out of it. Some teams recover from that faster than others.
Yeah.
So yeah, just making
momentum
them work
is
for
real. That's for sure. Momentum is real.
Yeah. But you see, you got people that thrive. You got some people that thrive under pressure. Some people don't think pressure is a real thing. Some people just feel like you got the best of me at that play in that situation, but I won't own pins and needles. Like it wasn't no stress or no, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was gonna win. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why when I say pressure and momentum, I think it's stuff that people put on yourself, because if you think about the proper preparation, you know, if you're totally prepared for something, you can live with the result, with the outcome.
Yeah.
On the thing, you know, the pressure is the unknown. The momentum is the unknown. Oh shit, here we go again. You know, so I think that's something that's mental that people put on themselves. Oh shit, we go again. Or damn, they just got a bomb. He just scored a touchdown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if just the cornerback, for instance. You think a cornerback can go in the tank after he gets a touchdown scored on him? Man, you better
he better not
do it again, nigga. I bet you won't do it again. Like that's the kind of attitude you got to have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So I do believe that momentum is real, though. And
it is. You know why it's real, Red?
Yes.
Because that 1 or 3% of the people that feels no pressure,
yes,
it ain't enough for it not to exist. So pressure does get the most of people, normal people.
Yeah.
You go. Some people go pressure or momentum will affect them more than others.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's definitely real.
It's different depending upon who that player is. Some players just don't feel it. And they can really erase that shit and move to the next play.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm good. It ain't because of me. It ain't because of what y'all doing. I fucked up. It ain't no damn pressure. I don't care. I don't care if it was 1 million people in the stands.
Yeah, 100% agree.
And I'm on the free throw line with, and I'm on the free throw line with 3 seconds to go. I'm finna do the same thing I've been doing. I'm gonna knock these bitches down. We finna win their game.
I'm glad you said that. Because especially in basketball, I have been at awe of a motherfucker who, no matter what they throw at him and what they doing, like you say, that zone, when that nigga get in that zone, you can do what the fuck you want to do. And all he finding is the bottom of them nets. That's all he see is the bottom of them nets, man. So
that's facts.
Yeah, look like he's throwing it in the trash can. I said, damn.
They want me to tell you another thing, Red?
Yeah.
For people that ain't ever played or performed in front of thousands of people.
Yes.
When that ball snap, you don't hear no damn cloud. That shit I'm saying, it's just like a movie. It feel like it's in slow motion almost.
Yeah.
Especially when if the play coming your way, like as a DB, it's 3 or 4, 5, 6 receivers on the field at sometimes.
Yeah.
So you don't never know where the quarterback going if you ain't man.
Right.
So now you might hear the crowd like gas or something like that, but when like that pressure part and being out of sync, it happens a lot more before the snap.
Okay.
Now when the ball snap, now I can't see this for everybody. I'm just talking about me personally.
Yeah.
When the ball snap, man, you ain't thinking about none of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now the person you covering,
whistle blow, and I took care of my man. I did my 1 of 11.
Right. Now some people, like we were saying, pressure and momentum, some people let the guy behind the mask intimidate them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The name on the back of the jersey.
Right.
So you see, if you a DB and you got Randy Moss standing in front of you,
even before the damn game started, this motherfucker can't sleep Saturday night.
But then you will have a young buck that don't know who. Hey, but Red, listen to this. Yeah. You have a young buck just came out of college, probably the 3rd or 4th round pick. He don't know who the fuck. He don't give a fuck who Randy Moss is. He trying to make the team.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's how you see, like it's a mentality. What's your perception of what you see? What I'm saying? It's how you look at what's going on. Yeah. Man, fuck this now. I don't give a fuck who this is, what the name on the back of your jersey is. I ain't going home. You ain't gonna be the reason I get cut, and I'm gonna play you just like I'll play a nigga on this. I'm gonna play this nigga in Pop Warner. You see what I'm saying? It's your mentality, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Game recognizing game. Once you done played against a Randy Moss, you understand that he that nigga. He the one. If he come up there and he see this motherfucker ain't slept last night because he know he got to play me today, or if he see this is a young rookie that really don't know what I'm finna put on his ass, Randy Moss is still that nigga. When he get off the line of scrimmage, he throwing that left hand up because he going down the sideline on this motherfucker.
Yeah. And then once you get a couple of plays, say if you get a couple of plays where, you know, he might get you on a couple, but now you be like, oh shit, I'm out here. Like, yeah, he this nigga Randy, but I'm right here.
Yeah.
He might I mean, he might outrun me, but yeah, it ain't like I thought it was gonna be. We out here now. Like, and that's another thing with momentum. When you play them teams, they come in, they 12-0, you 1-11. Then all of a sudden you got sack fumble, and then goddamn you block a field goal. Now you up 10-0. Oh shit.
That's right.
These niggas, look, niggas be on the sideline. These niggas trash.
Yeah.
On, I told you these niggas were trash. Hey, man, let's stop these niggas. Hey, bro. I'm telling you, they ain't ready for us, bro.
Yeah.
And then it do something to that other team that's supposed to be the big dogs.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. They over there arguing with each other on the sideline.
Yep.
All right, so let me get to the facts on the cornerbacks real quick.
Good conversation.
No, y'all good.
Yeah, Tony know when to let the conversation ride. He would have cut it off.
I appreciate that, T. For that insight too, Sam.
Yeah,
I appreciate you too, Tony. For that. I appreciate it, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, no problem. Carolina's notable cornerback group includes Jaycee Horn, Mike Jackson, Will Lee III, Corey Thornton, Shaw Smith-Wade, and Caleb Evans. Carolina official camp preview describes Horn and Jackson as an established starting duo and identifies Lee as the room's wild card because of his ability to play outside or move into the nickel. Lee's flexibility stood out during the spring, and Carolina believes he can provide multiple alignment options. So here's the context. Cornerback depth is not just about identifying the third outside corner. Modern defenses need answers for outside receivers, slot receivers, tight end detached from the formation, bunch sets, motion, empty formations, red zone matchups, pressure situations. Jaycee Horn can change how Carolina approaches an opponent's top receiver. Mike Jackson gives the defense another established outside option. Lee's flexibility may allow Evero to move Horn or other defensive backs into different assignments, but the room must prove it can tackle, communicate, and survive when the defense sends pressure. One strong corner does not create a complete secondary. The entire unit has to hold up. So my question to you fellas, and Red, you can go first.
Yes, sir.
Is Carolina's cornerback room strong enough to support an aggressive defense, or is it still too dependent on Jaycee Horn staying healthy and dominant? What say you?
Yeah, it can do it. It don't bring me no joy to have to come up here and admit it. But, out of respect for the host and my fellow panelist, Tico, I ain't gonna embarrass myself and bring no heat from y'all. Y'all got one of the top corners, not just duos, but those two are so good. And the surprise it was just Mike Jack. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it above.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, wasn't no surprise on Jaycee Horn, but he stepped up at such an elite level. Elite being 1 year. All right, don't get it twisted. I ain't calling Mike Jackson elite, but he played elite last year in a vacuum. He played elite last year. I think that those two were such a pair that it lifts y'all entire cornerback room. The depth, the guys that y'all young guys y'all got drafted that are in waiting. Hey, Tony, we'll backstage, man. the young guys that y'all got waiting.
Oh, okay.
They have time to develop. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So the answer, very quickly and simply, because I ain't gonna glaze what is. Like they say, what's understood don't need to be explained. Yeah, the answer is yes, man. I mean, that's the strength of y'all defense. Period.
Let me give a shout out to my brother from another mother, old gray beard himself, Tip Drill Will is what I call him. Welcome to the panel, Will Robinson. What's happening, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Can y'all guys hear me?
Big Will.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, T. Cole, man, I've often wondered when you know the mentality that you got to have to be an NFL athlete, number one, and then number two, to be a cornerback and be like on the next play. And when you said that was on me, you ain't did shit. I fucked up. See, that's what I'm talking about. That confidence. That confidence, because I'm gonna tell you, I got my brother's son. He's the youngest out of his three boys, and he got the most extreme confidence out of everybody. And he has that mentality. He has that. That's what because he going from the 8th grade to the 9th grade, right? He walked onto the court. He trying out for basketball. He went up to the varsity coach. And he'd be like, "Yo, I could be starting on the varsity team straight up. You need to give me some burn, straight up. You need to try me out. You give me some burn." I said, "Damn."
He went to the varsity coach and said that shit.
Show us sugar sweet.
Damn.
Show us sugar sweet. He said, you think my brother good? You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm just saying.
And just to quickly rebut that, and what Prime said is kind of revealing too. Is like when you talk like that, it puts more pressure. I wouldn't say pressure. The pressure is in quotations. When you talk like that, you got to perform. You got to back it up.
Yeah, he welcoming it though. I see what Will's saying. He welcoming it though.
So that makes you put in the work.
Yeah.
When you want to talk like that and you got that mentality, you got to put in the work.
Yep.
Right. I just thought it was interesting. I've often wanted to ask you that. It just every time we be on panels and stuff like that, it kind of slipped my mind. So I'm glad you brought that up, man. That's dope.
Hey, Will, can I say this quickly? And Tony, can I say this real quickly?
Go ahead.
Because I lose all day in the cornerback argument, so I'm gonna just say this before y'all speak for. I see how you say the best for last too, Tony. I see what you did there. But talking about Will, when you mentioned the mentality of a little brother, because he's always been in the shadow of his big brother, and telling that coach, you ain't seen shit yet. All it made me think about is Avion Terrell.
Oh, sweet ham and biscuits. Here we go.
I'm through, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
I forgot Avion over there. Look, Avion.
Yeah. I had to do that, man.
Little Avion Reposado.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Will, you came in at the right time. So I don't know if you remember the debate question, but I'll repeat it again. Is Carolina's cornerback room strong enough to support an aggressive defense, or is it still too dependent on Jaycee Horn staying healthy and dominant? What say you, my friend?
No, I think we can support an aggressive defense. And I do think Mike Jack is who we think he is. Period.
Okay.
I think he is who we think he is. And that's going to really be alarming the Red and the rest of the NFC South. Because the way that we are lining up and playing boundary and field side cornerback, and we're putting new youthful talent in there so that Jaycee can potentially travel. Oh, y'all got problems. Y'all got problems.
Okay.
Just like we got problems with 7, y'all got problems with 8 ball and deuce.
8 ball and deuce. I like that.
You heard what you said, Red. You heard what you said.
Yeah. It's opinion based, but I respect it though. I respect it because I've seen it.
Hey, I like this panel because you got you got the guy that's going to be the analytics guy. You got the former athlete. You got the antagonist and the fanatic. And I am the fanatic, dog.
Yes,
That's
sir.
who I am.
Yes, sir.
So for every antagonist, you have to have a protagonist, right?
Yeah, that's all of y'all. Well, not
Yeah.
so much T Cole, but he ain't gonna let me go too far before he said that's enough of that bullshit, Red. Yeah, T Cole, you know what I'm saying? So,
No, I'm gonna let you get over it. I'm gonna throw my little 2 cents in there while you doing it.
yeah, you do.
Hey, he gonna let you throw the pin. Now, how far you throw it? Now that's gonna be up to you.
Man,
Hey,
I can't believe y'all was scared of them grenades, man. Them little piggy
man,
Wow,
Will, get the hell out of here.
Red,
You heard that conversation.
Come
you
on,
get your
Will.
ass out of here, great.
You know you were scared as hell in base when that drill sergeant said throw the grenade. Tell me you weren't shaking.
Scared shitless.
And you probably done
Okay,
seen
then.
some one-handed
All right.
motherfuckers out there training people. Yeah, say, damn, what happened to your hand? No, don't worry about that. You just throw that motherfucker grenade.
They said
Yeah.
you only supposed to throw the grenade 25 meters. My grenade went 100 meters.
I know that's right.
Shit.
Yeah.
I wish I was. I was shaking like a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care what that grenade went. As long as it didn't. Yeah, I definitely missed the target. I definitely missed the target. Ain't no doubt about it. But T Cole, go ahead, man. Question on you, my guy.
Like Red said, I think that's the strength of our team. I would like to see Evero use those packages to our strengths, depending on the game plan and the matchups. That was a thing that one of the things that I like Phil Snow for, because he went off of matchups from game to game. We had C.J. Henderson, Horn, and Jackson. And our defense was pretty formidable under Phil Snow. And he let Jackson cover the small, shifty guys. C.J. Henderson and, Horn had the number one. C.J. had the other guy.
Yeah.
But I did see some film, Tony, that I want to talk to you about maybe offline. But I seen a few. I'm not sure when it started or how often they did it, but I seen Horn in the slot a few times. I think it was on the inverted formations. You know how they'll come out in a kind of like a tight split, and one receiver be on the line, but the receiver outside.
So in the condensed formation.
Kind of condensed, yeah. But the Z is on the line,
right?
But there's a receiver outside of him that's off the line. Normally, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a bunch, but it's only two receivers. So what they did was Horn came down and pressed the guy that was on the line of scrimmage, and he let Charles Smith Wade keep the guy on the outside.
Carried outside, yeah.
Yeah, because normally when you get when you get a guy that's on the line, not a bunch now, but you get a guy that's on the line and a receiver outside of him, normally he going in motion because he's off the ball.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is they'll put their number one corner on the guy that's on the line just in case that other guy move. And what offensive coordinators do is to keep that guy there and don't move him. You see, you think he going in motion, but no, we gonna try to get your slot corner playing on the outside. So that's a chess match between offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. But what we did, Jaycee, it was against the Rams. I want to say it was a playoff game, and Puka was on the line, kind of like in the slot position, and Jaycee Horn followed him in there, and Charles Smith Wade was on the outside.
Yeah, I've seen a couple times where now I don't remember the exact games or the play or anything, but I have seen Jaycee Horn play in the slot a few times.
Right.
I think a lot of people wanted to see Jaycee Horn travel with the number one wide receiver, whether he was outside or inside. Like Dallas did that a lot with CeeDee Lamb. They'll move him to the slot to get better matchups. But you'll see Jaycee Horn stand outside on the boundary, in his normal position and not move, and then you create that mismatch whoever the nickel corner is, or the slot corner, which typically was like Shaw Smith Wade. So
Yep.
we already kind of know what kind of disadvantage he gives us from that, just from his sheer lack of height and size, But yeah, I would love to see I would love to see Jaycee travel with the number one wide receiver. I don't know if y'all remember when Stephon Gilmore was here for that what 8-9 games that he played for us once he
Yep.
was activated. He did that very thing. He traveled with the number one wide receiver, and in the game when we played Atlanta, he was matched up with Kyle Pitts. Shut Kyle Pitts down for that game.
Shut him
I think he
down.
only
Yeah,
had like
I
one
was there.
catch. Yeah,
I was there, and,
So-
and he was like Pitts who? Yeah,
right. Yeah, and I think he got an interception.
Yeah, he did.
Off because he ran a beautiful high-low concept on Pitts. I was like, damn, that was nasty.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
undercut it. Undercut it at the end. It was like an over route. He stayed on the top shoulder.
right.
When the quarterback
And
threw,
then,
he
then
undercut
swung
it.
to the inside.
Mhm.
Yeah, yes, sir. So yeah, I would love to see Jaycee Horn go with the number one receiver. Maybe the depth that we are starting to create with the cornerbacks. That's why I mentioned the versatility of a lot of these guys earlier will give you the ability to do those type of things. I don't think we've had the depth for one. And I don't think we had the versatility to allow Jaycee Horn to travel with the number one wide receiver. So he was best utilized on the outside. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why I think this preseason is going to be pivotal. Now, you probably not going to see a lot of Jaycee Horn this offseason, but you will see a lot of guys that has the potential to back him up. And you probably see them playing in different positions, like Will Lee playing outside, playing some inside. Like you mentioned earlier, you may move Corey Thornton from the nickel, have him playing some safety, getting a look at what it would look like in different packages, different situations. So I just think we just have more versatility all around when it comes to the cornerback position. That's definitely something that we haven't always had. Because like when CJ and I was doing Two Fans in the Stands, man, that's one position that we harped on every year come draft. The cornerbacks. Just like we talk about Derrick Brown needing a running mate on the defensive line, we was like, damn, Jaycee Horn needs a running mate on the other side at corner. But now we got that in Mike Jack. Now we adding some depth behind those, behind those two. So yeah, I like that. And there's some undrafted free agents that we signed this year. I think two of them played at Penn State. One played at Penn State and then transferred to Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. But yeah, one of the guys we got started at Penn State last year with Jaycee Weekly. He played a nickel, and Jaycee Weekly was the free safety. So, we don't know exactly what we may have in these undrafted free agents, but I think this preseason, like I said, will be telling for a lot of things. All right. So did everybody answer the debate question?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I think
Yes.
Red went first, then Will.
I did.
Okay. All right. So, hey, we're 3 hours in. I appreciate everybody for being here. If you haven't showed support to the channel, please do so. The QR code is in the top right corner on the screen. You can scan that with your phone. I would greatly appreciate it. There's also a pinned comment in the YouTube chat. It's at the top of the chat. You can also donate through PayPal. Okay. If you're watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ's channel, you can also send a super chat. Okay. So if you're enjoying the conversation, enjoying the debate, great vibes, great energy this morning, I would greatly appreciate if you show love to the channel. My daily goal is $25. As always, I'm not trying to pay rent or a car note. but $25 will go a long way to helping me improve this channel and doing the things that I want to do to bring you guys great content 5 days a week, 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right. So fellas, let me ask y'all another question. Is cornerback Carolina's strongest defensive position group? Tico, you go first, then Will.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
All right. Will?
Yeah, it is the strongest. I think it's the strongest position group. But it's to be determined because, you know, if you know, if the outside linebacker group pick up
Yeah.
steam with the addition of Phillips and the second year Scorton and bring it, and then we still got you know, Princely and all of that, that might end up being a strong second contender. But into the clubhouse right now, it is the cornerback room, bar none.
Okay. All right. Red, what you think? Even though you're a Falcons fan, you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
really, you know, you've been doing good, giving credit to the cornerbacks today.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. In my mind, yeah, far and away, I think I would rank them in this order: cornerbacks, 1, defensive line, 2, safeties, safety between safety and linebacker. I think the addition of as we said earlier, Devin Lloyd moves your safety group up, but as a whole, it's weak outside of him. So I would put your safeties 3rd and the linebackers 4th.
Right.
Yeah, still got room to go on your linebacking group.
All right. I'm gonna ask. Oh well, we kind of touched on this, but Will, I'll ask you. You go first this time, then Red. Is Horn the most important player in Carolina's secondary?
I'm sorry, I was talking on mute.
Oh.
Absolutely, he's the most important secondary.
You cutting in and out, Will. You cutting in and out.
I'm in a parking garage. I'll have to connect.
Oh yeah,
I have to come back. I have to come back in. I'm in a parking garage.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, absolutely, he is. It starts with him. If he's for any reason, and I'm not giving a reason, but if for any reason he's not in that group, as good as Mike Jackson was for y'all last year, it's viewed very differently without a Jaycee Horn in there. And that's not a slight on the group or Mike Jackson. That's just saying that's the level that Jaycee Horn is, and as he's regarded across the NFL. But yeah, I mean, it's totally different. I think it's not just game changing; it's season changing for your organization to be without a Jaycee Horn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just push back on that a little bit because some Panther fans believe, and you could probably make an argument that even though they had the same amount of interceptions, 5 and 5 between Jaycee Horn and Mike Jack, that Mike Jack had a better all-around season last year.
I agree.
What you
he
think?
Did.
What you think about that?
He absolutely did. But Mike Jackson hasn't had a better all-around career than Jaycee Horn has.
Oh yeah, that's factual. That's a given. I'm just talking about last year, Red. Last year.
So what I'm saying is, with the year Mike Jackson had last year, And again, I'm not a Panther fan, but as a football fan, what I say is do it again. With the year Jaycee Horn had last year, which wasn't even his best, I think you know what you're going to get with him and what to expect. It's going to always be a top 10 level as he was voted by ESPN cornerback rankings. Now,
You don't think last year was his best year?
Jaycee Horn?
Yeah.
No. Jaycee Horn fell off towards the end of the year. No.
So when you say fall off, what you mean by that? What you mean by fall off? He fell off.
He started to look like a slightly above average cornerback. He didn't look elite. I mean, you yourself just got done saying that many Panthers fans feel that Mike Jackson had a better year than him last year. I agree.
Yeah.
But you didn't expect that. You didn't go into the season expect. And listen, Mike Jackson had a tremendous year. But nobody expected him to have a better year than Jaycee Horn. And it wasn't because Mike Jackson was just the best cornerback in football. It's because Jaycee Horn didn't turn in his best year.
Yeah, you get no arguments from me. You give me no arguments from me on that. Tico, what you got?
I think
Is Horn the most important player in Carolina secondary?
No.
Okay, who is?
I think it's going to be the third corner. The nickel corner is going to be the most important. Nickel corner, because that's where we got ate up at the most. The nickel corner come in and hold it down, whether that be Jaycee Horn or Thornton, Will Lee, however they want to shake it down. The nickel hold it down. Devin Lloyd in the middle. Remember I said the triangle. Middle linebacker, nickel safeties. That was our weakness. So the nickel can hold theirs down. Now where you gonna go?
That's true.
They was attacking Mike Jack. They was attacking Mike Jack. You know, Charles Smith Wade was in there. They was attacking him. I think that's was a little bit of the reason why.
Yeah, Charles Smith Wade. Yeah.
Corey Thornton, you know what I'm saying, kind of evolved into that role throughout the middle of the year. So I feel like if that nickel can hold it down, then we already know what Devin Lloyd can do in coverage. So I think that'll force teams to hold the ball. That'll get us off the field on third downs a lot more. We already know what Mike.
I can't.
And Mike Jack and we already know. I mean, we already know what Mike Jack and Jaycee Horn. I just feel like you know what I'm saying, as long as they keep doing what they do, you know, the question is going to be, the most important is going to be, you know, the third and fourth guys and the people that, you know, the offense is going to attack, the weak links, so to speak.
Hey, I can't argue with that response neither. 'Cause I mean, when you think about it and you look at it in its totality, like you just laid out for us, the nickel position is very, very important, and it got picked apart last year.
Yeah, and Moehrig ain't no coverage nickel, so we ain't talking about big nickel.
Right. Yeah, we ain't talking about big nickel. Yeah. But yeah, that's facts. That's facts. So let me put my little lean into it. I believe the cornerback is the strongest of today's three position groups. Jaycee gives Carolina a high-end matchup option. Mike Jack provides a dependable starter. Will Lee gives Evero another flexible piece. Let me bring up Will real quick. And you know, this room carries one major condition: it must stay connected when injuries or substitutions change the lineup. The top end talent is strong. The camp question is whether the depth can protect the structure. Right? Can it protect the structure? But Will, glad that you're back, my brother. I just asked T Cole and Red, is Horn the most important player in Carolina secondary? I think you had started to answer that question, but you cut out.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Clear.
Oh yeah,
Very
definitely
clear.
hear you clear.
Okay, yeah, I was in the parking garage getting a rental car. Sorry, y'all. Yes, he is. That's an understatement. Like, he's clearly the number one corner. He's covering that boundary side of the field. And he clearly is the key to a lot of the things that Evero wants to be able to do. Now that we've got, Mike Jack in the room and they got pieces and they can move things around, Jaycee Horn is the key to that. So yes, I believe he is the absolute, number one thing that we have, player we have in the cornerback room, even I would say in the secondary, period.
Okay. All right. So a little differences, a little difference in opinions. That's
A little bit.
good. Yeah.
bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. And again, if you're loving the show, hey, show love. Scan that QR code in the top right. Click the link in the YouTube chat. I would greatly appreciate it. My goal is $25 for the day. I am what am I short? $13 short. All right, $13 short from reaching my $25 a day goal. Show your boy some love. We've been up here for over 3 hours now, giving you great content this morning, great conversation, great debate. So just show a little love to the show. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna ask one final question before we get out of here. Tico, you go first on this one. Then Will. Who becomes the first corner off the bench?
Are we just talking 1 and 2 right now? After 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Or are we adding nickel in as a starter?
That's a good question. I didn't think of it like that. Add the nickel in. So outside of Mike Jack, Jaycee Horn, and Corey Thornton, because I believe he'll be the nickel corner. Who's the next man off the bench?
Got to be Will Lee.
Okay.
Got to mute up, Tony.
All right. Will, who you got?
Yeah, I think it's Will Lee. I'm hoping that in camp he shines through because Corey Thornton, like that's what I was saying, the first guy off the bench, but he's truly the nickel. So I agree with T Cole when I say Will Lee gotta be the next man up.
Okay. All right. Red Swan, what you got?
That's technically 1 second before Red go. Because technically, if one of the outside guys go down, it's gonna be Will Lee. I mean, of course, he gonna be in the battle with Shaw Smith Wade, but that just depends on how y'all feel about that battle. But I feel like he'll win that. But you got to think about it like if one of the outside guys go down, Corey Thornton will probably still be in the slot. Cause Mike Jack Will Lee don't play the nickel right now. They're not saying he can't or he won't, but he'll have to go to the boundary or the field, and then Corey Thornton will stay in the slot.
Okay, got you.
Now, who they take off the field without the nickel, who they take off the field, whether it be Thornton or Will Lee, if it's just 2 cornerbacks on the field, it'll be yet to be seen. But yeah, we can go ahead, Red.
Okay. No, Red. I think Red might be on the call. So I'm gonna ask this final defensive checklist debate. The debate question is: which defensive group carries the most pressure entering camp? Is it linebacker, safety, or cornerback? Will, you can go first.
You say which one carries the most pressure going into the camp?
Yeah, linebacker, safety, or cornerback.
Linebackers, because there's no depth there. So that's where I think the most pressure is on Wallace and what's that guy? Not Gibson, but
Charles.
Yeah, Claude Shirellis.
Carlton Shirellis. You know,
Yeah, turn your volume down in your car, Will, because I can hear myself.
Oh shit, sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Can y'all guys hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. She can hear us.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Will. Can you hear us?
I lost him.
Oh, okay. Tico, you go ahead and answer the question real quick.
I think, did I answer it already, or did you ask a new one?
No, this is a new one. Who has the most pressure entering camp? Is it linebacker, safeties, or cornerbacks?
I'm gonna say the edge. I don't know if you added them in there with the linebackers, but I'm gonna say
I didn't. Nope. Nope. It's just inside linebackers, safeties, and cornerbacks.
That's not an option. I'm gonna go with linebackers then. Linebackers.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh no. I'm gonna go with safety. Because I'm operating under the fact that Devin Lloyd gonna be healthy 17, 19, 21, 22 weeks. You feel me? So
yeah, but see that's why I would have to disagree with you. I would say linebacker. Because like you just said, so much is dependent on Devin Lloyd being healthy. There's outside of Devin Lloyd, there's nothing proven really from the linebacker position or linebackers that can stay healthy. When you talk about the number 2 and number 3 linebackers, like they are a liability at its best. In the OTAs, both of them was in the red jersey.
I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you. I see exactly where you're going with it.
Yeah. For me, I would definitely have to go linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess them two old heads are still doing whatever they need to do. So I'm getting ready to close up, get up out of here.
I'm back, but I would go comment on that. That sounds like in-house business right there, man. So
hell, you don't comment on everything else.
I know, right?
Damn, Tony.
Hey. What I do know about Red is if it is something extremely positive about us, he gonna come in with a detractor move. Now he did good on the cornerback today. He made a left turn at the fence post. You normally make a right turn at the fence post.
Correct.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I told you he wasn't gonna miss an opportunity to come in here and punch a pigeon in the face. Didn't I tell you that, Tony?
I told you that. Yeah. But since Red don't want to answer the question, go ahead, Will.
No, I was gonna say I think it's linebackers, because Tre'von Wallace ain't healthy. Shireless ain't healthy. Well, it wasn't healthy. They weren't healthy in OTAs. And Wallace has an injury history. And we don't got no depth outside of that. So it makes me real nervous. And that's the reason why
I'm on the bring back the Shaq Thompson train. I know everybody's screaming, oh, he played 12 games or whatever. But you know what? Would you much rather have Shaq Thompson here now, or where he could be available to you for 12 or 13 games, or go with what you got right now? And people say, oh, Shaq Thompson, garbage and all. They don't know. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
So,
I feel you. That's why I talk about that supply and demand.
Right.
Supply and demand. Yeah.
Now, if we get Bobby Wagner, absolutely.
Or Bobby Okereke.
Yeah, or Bobby Okereke. Yeah, something like that. I get it. But if you have to go with Shaq, go with Shaq. Right? I mean, because it might be the price point that might be the discriminator. I don't know.
They say Jordan, is it? What's the guy name for Miami? Is it Jordan Brooks?
Yeah, Jordan Brooks.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of rumblings about that too.
Yeah, I've heard people mention that, bring it up. For me, I just haven't found any credible source to substantiate.
Nah, it ain't.
So.
It ain't.
Wish list, just a wish list.
Yeah, you know how the columnists do when it's dry season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Clickbait. Clickbait masters, yeah.
Right. So right. So I just, I think that it's just to tie a bow on it, Tony, I think it's linebackers for the reasons that you said, and I just think that we just need depth. I mean, we're really thin there.
Right. I can agree with you. Red, you want to give it a shot before we get out of here? Or you good?
I mean, it's linebacker for me too. Looking at y'all, as I said earlier, giving credit, maybe Will didn't hear this. Y'all improved, I think, vastly with the addition of Devin Lloyd. But conversation I heard last year from the Panthers community is that was the worst position group that y'all had. And y'all did improve it, but it's still got a ways to go.
I agree with that. No lies detected. All right, so the offseason checklist is almost complete. Devin Lloyd gives Carolina a proven playmaker and communicator in the middle. Tre'von Moehrig, Nick Scott, and Lathan Ransom give the safety room experience and flexibility. Jaycee Horn, Mike Jackson, and Will Lee give the cornerback room talent and options. But training camp is where those names must become a connected defense. The linebackers must fit the run and control the middle. The safeties must communicate and prevent explosive plays. The cornerbacks must hold up when Evero becomes aggressive. Carolina has improved talent. Now the defense must prove it can communicate, tackle, and execute as one unit. That is the final camp checklist. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. If you did, share it with a friend or family member. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. All right. Turn that post notification bell. Select all so you'll be made aware each and every time I go live, which is Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right. If you want even more, consider becoming a member on Patreon and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check the YouTube description for all the links. I'll catch you next time. Until then, tune in for tomorrow and keep pounding.